till my voice re-echoes. You are worthy of my worship, worthy of my praise.
Somebody release your worship.
Release it.
Yeah.
Ya tuntum no ye pagano. Ya mani dine so. Oh yeah. And the message is simple. Masemye, this is my story. This is my song. You are my song. When now you menyom. All day, all night, I shall sing of your faithfulness. Oh yeah. Smato nyuma manza nyina so atia. Meka wasem abohu tonton sansan. Ama wiase nyina atia. Eye wayem ye wonokura die. Wonokura ka. Senya woni madini ye. En wasem ena mato manza nyina ate. Oh yes. You are a faithful God. You are a true God. So from my spirit to my soul, until my voice re-echoes, from me honhumu, from me sunsumu, ekwasi me honhumu, kwa pemsa me nemba jeje. Oh, Rade, what's that fata? What's that fata? Oh, sorry, what's that fata? And turn to me.
From my spirit,
Biniane Kwame Minkah, Biniana we so amoatiamo akwaba. Ade aba DwaboAse dwumade yi so wo power 97.9. Bibia mu no awase ye involve Nyankopon. Bibia mu no wo ya na montuo mu. Wo decision bia ye beteki. Ebia contract bi na ahwehwe. Ebia dwuma bi na ahwehwe. Nyame awase nyame di akotene ewa na montuo ni mu. And you see, yes, you must ask them way. Yes, simple. Ebra na wani ya na we wiase mu and say, "Wanya ma wo yonko no wanya ma me." Oh yeah. Eti eno ma wo ba ya ma wo yonko no. Yo ba ya ma wo yonko no. Eno na ba ya ma nyame. Eti be ma yonko apo. Men ka wo yonko nsha. Men se dan fa mamra bi eti ane fa wudi eso. Entete wo yonko. What tete wo yonko enyame na wo tete no onyame nso de wo tete na mana ye dan na bufu so na baba wo so na so twie na baba wo so ojo man Ghana ye premprem te bia ne ba bia yedru enkomo ye die efa enoma akoso e wo Ghana mrase bedwafia questions be brain na manfo bisa titru sabre ya wo ma wodom kase afa NDC dom kese afa ariata so se na wotwi mu wabro mo ba tenase wo mrase bedwafie no wo mo ba bom mrase bedwafie animonyam ho bai afo bisa se atamtenie no se yetimi nya ne ntam sa atam si yetimi nya ne ntam sa ana dada yede anti LGBT nsensemi ebeto asani bia dada yenya ndi ye. Not even, not less than 24 hours. Yet, Minya Temubi, and the year BB. And dada, as some would what does go quality.
release the church of the spirit. Yeah.
Yababa ya dear BCC. Baba Montier, Honorable Kwame Minkah, and now Abrana, Omoyans and Jeffon Shamuno. What the assembly to Jack? Now, you're not some song near be assembly more. Number be a phone lines. Bazamitie, they also work. Titru fa a year Supreme Court. Woma temuno. And a first of Jinayana. Dom Cassia Nesino. Bazamiton Cow home. Barbara Facebook Power 979 and a TVXYZ Ghana. Oh yeah. Ale 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 ale. Oh yeah. Ale ale. Release it. Yes. Onyame baba ne nsa so na watwi. Me say na basa kese na do my Ghana so. A wo be gina so apagya on my Ghana. Adum pempenso a on my yibsa ba yakrabe no. Na watwi mu ye be hu ne sentrene na watwi ye bete won popoye onyame na nkasa na be pagya oman ono nkasa na be bo oman yi ho ban wa wo hwe metie me empire na na wo bɔ no ɛnam kwa so a ɛba apura wo do a wo pɛ sɛ ebie no ebia no kɔso anya gyidie kɔso afa wo to nyame so na gye na asɛm di but straight forward mmarahyɛ badwa fie yɛkɔ sisi wabra yɛte ase yɛn nkɔmmɔ kɛseɛ mu abusua nti na ne yɛkɔ no sɛ naano yɛte sɛ speaker anaasɛ mmarahyɛ badwa fie kyamehene wɔde n'atemmuo bɛto dwa na atemmuo no mu no wɔgyina yɛ mamra so yɛ 1992 constitution so ɛne atemmuo bi a speaker dada nso ebuiɛ ɛsoɔ dan na di sɛ ɛyɛ mmarahyɛ badwafoɔ 9 no wɔ based on article 971 G and H no ne ɛkyerɛ ne ɛgyina ma no wɔgyina so declare sɛ wɔn nkonya no ɛda mpan now logically nea esi yɛ no n'ase kyerɛ nie wɔn a wɔyɛ mmarahyɛ badwafoɔ no wɔn ayɛ wɔn adwene sɛ yɛkɔ abatoɔ wɔ mu no wɔn nya ɛne wɔn party no ɛnni dwuma bio no logically wɔafa kɔ adwendwen mu o sɛ bi a NPP foɔ yɛ nhyiamu a wogyiri sɛ Cynthia Morrison ɛbɛka saa nhyiamu no mu bie wogyiri sɛ NDC foɔ yɛ nhyiamu a wogyiri sɛ Honorable Kwame Minkah wɔbɛtumi aba bɛkɔ ɛyɛ nhyiamu no ase akɔsi gyinaeɛ wogyiri sɛ wɔn a ayɛ wɔn adwene sɛ wɔbɛkɔ independent no NPP anaasɛ NDC interest ɛda so de wɔn akoma so ba mamra no ma no yɛ simple sɛ ɛberɛ a wɔbɛdan saa adwene no di sɛ wodeɛ wonya ngyina wɔ ɛyɛ saa amanyɔkuo no ɛte ketewa no wankasa wayi wo adi te sɛ deɛ ɔno abɔ ɛrekɔpɔgu ɛbɛkyerɛkyerɛ mu kyerɛ yɛn ɛti saa asɛm no so ɛna speaker gyina yɛ a wɔyi atɛn sɛ ɛnam saa no ɔmo nkonya no sɛ dampan na naawɔtwe mmienu aka bosome mmienu aka yɛbɛto aba no yɛnhwɛ sɛdeɛ ɛnɔma ɛbɛsi akɔ but ɛno mu na ɛyɛ apanyɔma ake ne dɔm wɔn gyina so tam asɛm no ɛde kɔ court na wɔn yɛ sɛ wɔbɛnya wɔn bɛkɔ akɔhwɛ bambɔ bi ɛde afiri court wɔ na bambɔ no baako abɛɛ so kwan yɛ baa yɛ ɛni sɛ court no ayi atɛn sɛ nea speaker no n'atemmuo no ɔde baa no mfa mmara kwan mu na efi sɛ speaker no wɔni akwanya sɛ ɔbɛba abɛkyerɛkyerɛ yɛ mamra nim te sɛ deɛ n'atemmuo no enyina so no ɛyɛɛyɛ no eti based on that no wɔyi speaker no atemmuo no ɛyɛ ato nkyɛn ba ɛba mmarahyɛ badwa fie ɛne sɛdeɛ wɔn si yɛ wɔn nneɛma no a nneɛma a wɔn yɛ ne sɛdeɛ wɔn si yɛ wɔn nneɛma nyinaa no ne nyinaa ɛhyɛ speaker no nsɛm ɛna afei nso asɛnni bia no nso ɛba nneɛma ɛfa atɛmtɛneɛ ɛne sɛdeɛ amanfoɔ ɛpɛ atemmu a saa nneɛma no nyinaa nso yɛ dɛ ɛhyɛ ne nsɛm ɛba ɛkwan a yɛmfa so nwene ne yɛmfa nhyehyɛ mmra na yɛmfa nkyekyere mman yi a ne nyinaa wɔ mampanyin asoɛyɛ eti na yɛwɔ biribi a yɛfrɛ no separation of powers na sɛdeɛ mmarahyɛ badwa fie esi tie no wɔn yɛ wɔn nneɛma wɔ soronko kwan so eti bɛmpii no wɔn akɔyɛ yɛn nyinaa yɛ anamɔnsifoɔ na yɛ 1992 constitution no nso ɛkyerɛ sɛ yɛn Ghanafoɔ yɛwɔ na tumi ne firi no ɛyɛ na ebi ma dwe nkyerɛkyerɛ sɛ mmarahyɛ badwa fie paa na within the 3 arms of government no wɔn paa na wɔn tumi ne yɛ dɛ ɛyɛ kɛseɛ eti bɛmpii no sɛ anamɔntoɔ bi kɔyɛ sɛ yɛtiatia mmarahyɛ badwa fie fa ahodie so yɛbu n'animtie a ɛyɛ na mpɛmpii no ɛde ntawantawa bebree na ɛdɛ ɛba na ɛno mu na dɔm kɛseɛ na ɛwɔ mmarahyɛ badwa fie no ɛso wɔn bɛgyina so na wɔn abɔ mmarahyɛ badwa fie no ɛhoma yɛntie Honorable Kwame Minkah wabena no ɔdan saa asɛm na di wɔn nsɛntwerɛfoɔ nhyɛ mu bi a wɔn yɛ no nora yɛntie no.
It was government that ordered the military and the police to enter the chamber and assault members of parliament. Indeed, my colleague, Honorable, our colleague, filed a motion for those individuals, of which you have details of those military officers and what they did in the chamber. But I can guarantee you, it's not yet sunset on those issues. Just to add, we are aware that between yesterday and today, some elements of government have had a meeting again to deploy the military to the precincts of parliament to enter the tent. We are aware of that. We can just ask those around the Accra Sports Stadium that at the point in time tomorrow, they repeat the same misconduct, we can guarantee them the people of this country are sovereign. If you wear a military uniform or police uniform, you work to the constitution. But they should be aware that the life of this government is less than 2 months. They will have to account for their conduct in 2020 and whatever they do tomorrow. But they shouldn't be surprised the people of this country would react forcefully to any misconduct of anybody in uniform on Tuesday.
Honorable Goja Conference no what in a decent cophobia or manyan tears or mashe Asra Fonta de Ejira, Masabia Fien anymore, it won't nim no more pep, but a banana dear. Ghana for now, or Maria Tasso, sir, or Mobabo, my hobino, or Mobadam, Weddy. Now more behind your again say, what the fuck with 3 crabby so, a chinchim Ghana for, and sap. A go boy about to us wabra, ye boy tonto, Sasa Medicae, Edia 2 any much of Babia, ye dear need say. Ewo yen komo twetwe mu anopai we DwaboAse wo power 97.9 Sabre ebra so se ye agudie mu nsem ebebra mu Roger Emmanuel the sports bonak watena se ano no wenya ma agena te anopai
Kwame Minkah ye na so tse na anopai
nyamina da ma ye kurakura bia na ekọ agudie mu nsem
all right in anopai atena se kwamanya down tie de agudie mu nsem na ema on anopai power 97.9 for TVS was to gusu a o hwe na Facebook power 97 na afi wa dwane e kama pansema wodo na esisi na otwe wie abobo no nyina no ai de nsem eba ma no ne de eba na fefi samsi na so e wa bo no na anopai aye de ebro na mo hye no so se Dovita Aba Clinic eri Dovita Man Capsules eri abejaso ti se we e bema na opese sexually no o modibo timi konkan na fe timi po adwuma e won pam yie dia na eye Dovita Man Capsules na fe awase timi kope bi na fe timi ebo yie pa eno ti yade bi attitude bia no se o premature ejaculation erectile dysfunction fe sexual dysfunction bomodi se oni Dovita Aba Clinic penifo e be din komo na fe ono be timi abo yie pa no achin so o se o pedro be timi ahuro mogem kama na yade bia nema bia eye toxic materials no so ewo body mra betimi akra ni nyina ere efi body ni mu dia na awase okoma so na fe mu Dovita tonic no otimi pebi na fe no so etimi ebo na fe sexually transmitted infections awodo nyina se candidiasis ana se gonorrhea na attitude dia eno ane se woni Dovita Aba Clinic so ebetimi edin kamamo wa oshi elang taxi station ono ma na obohu omo ni coaster no na edin hwe no mo penti no ane se oni Dovita Aba Clinic edin kamo ewo 0246265313 0246265313 and 0502716076 0502716076 na fe ni Dovita Aba Clinic eniom etimi edin koma serebe ya yare bi attitude bi anso o betimi abo na fi bi anso aye kama meeting ed Roger Emmanuel from the sports monarchy Taylor and a fake kojo for some techire e manano pay yesin konya lady agwere won sem ne e ban sentem na yemfam fi eye Ghana ye national B soccer team no onim se na otwe wie o mdawmani awrem awo Egypt nyina eye jumade kese no etimi course na Ghana ye B soccer team no o mkopiem ne nyadia ora yaw ampofo ankra ni team no and the players na niema etimi koye e man kunimdi ekoye erima Ghana ye beach soccer team no and eye the Black Sharks no omo edin kugo embana na se oman Egypt e pomo eka polypoly ensiam Emma Ghana team no etimi eti ekanamo miensa anti Ghana entimi eninkunemo ewo na se beach soccer African Cup of Nations eno se ekoso ewo se no eye djumadia eno etimi tuja Saturday ana sa game na etimi koso a Ghana edin kugo nim se Ghana de eba no se beach soccer brante bakwa eba no se goals o she goals yepa erima Ghana se ono eye Ghana ye all time top scorer ewo AFCON na yetimi akodia na no eye brante fan Alexander Ajay wano etimi bo hat-trick 3 goals no wano kwa na etimi ehye ni nyina se ni nyire chi no Ghana edin kugo ewo sa game a ano se etimi course Ghana ehye nim se next game no ye ni oman fe no Morocco ana fi Tanzania ebetimi dia hye so se nima etimi koye ni mind dia na se B soccer African Cup of Nations ano se etuja no Ghana bibia wetimi esa koyi de ma ho Egypt na se we ekakra ano efioroma no so etimi ababetuja yenko na yefa ni enchiremu wafo zombie tournament and so egusu no se na ekoso ewo togolo mai eho ana se jumade ne koso na onim se Ghana first match ye ne anuanom bani ɛna ɛdi ɛhyehyɛ sɛ ba no wie no na te sɛ Ghana ɛne Benin ɛbɔ tutu ɛwɔ yɛ first match a ɛno kɔsɛ nora ɛna Ghana ɛbɔ ne second match a ɛno ɛyɛ the black satellite ɔmo ɛne Niger under 20 mɛma no ɛna ɛdi ɛhyehyɛ sɛ ɛne yɛ group B game a ɛno tumi kɔsɛ ba no wie no na ɛyɛ de a Ghana yɛtumi akyɛ tipɛmfoɔ yi na sɛ Nigerfoɔ abɔm ɛka pɔlpɔl mmienu a na sɛ Nigerfoɔ no ɛntumi ante abrante a yɛfɛ no Aziz Misbau wɔno ɛna ɛbɔ saa 2 goals no nyinaa ɛde ɛma Ghana ɛwɔ dwumadi ɛno nso ɛtumi kɔsoma Ghana ɛbɔ Niger ka mmienu a Nigerfoɔ no ntumi ate nyame yɛ atom a ɛda Wednesday ɛna Ghana ɛbɔ ne last game ɛwɔ group stage na sɛ na nneɛma si kɔ no likely sɛ Ghana ɛbɛtumi akɔlefa no afei ɔmo akɔ next round ɛwɔ competition ɛno nso no ɛkɔsa Ghana next match ɛda Wednesday yɛne host nation Togo ɛna ɛbɛtumi ɛnso ɛde awida ɔsentiwe kakra ɛfi the black satellite of Ghana ɔnom camp ano sɛ abɛto gya coach Desmond Ofe ɛde ato gya sɛ na ɛyɛ difficult game and ɛtumi course ne bom ɔse Ghana ne yɛ deserve sɛ ɛwɔ sɛ 2 points no ana 3 points no yɛtumi anya no na ɛboayɛ ɛma Ghana ɛnya 2 goals a yɛtumi akyi Nigerfoɔ ɛbɔ mo kamienu a ɔma ntumi ate ɔde ato gya sɛ first half no na ɛyɛ difficult ɛrima Ghana team no ɛso gyiri sɛ mmerante no abɔmmɔden yie pa ama mo ɛtumi anya 3 points no ɛde ama Ghana no yɛ nsɛm a coach afɛn Desmond Ofe wɔn ɛyɛ black satellite coach ne nsɛm awɔ de ato na kyɛ no nso sɛ wei mu a ɛna yɛyi teams a wɔn bɛtumi qualify na ana 20 wɔn cup of nation ano so ɛbɛtumi aba so no na ɛsɛ wɔn akɔpie mu ti Ghana ɛhwɛ no sɛ kwan bia so yɛbɛtumi anya qualification afei ɛna sɛ ɛtumi so aboa yɛn ntiwe kakra no sɛ field mu a aba bɛto gye yɛnkɔ Ghanaian players a wɔn si akan ɛwɔ amanɔni onim sɛ 6 players a ɔmba bɛgyerem arima Ghana ɛwɔ AFCON qualify no ma ɔma ntimi anhyɛ even a single goal kra no 6 players ɛna ɔmo various clubs ɔmo timi ɛposo atena arima ɔmo clubs na wotie wieyɛ na onim sɛ abrante a yɛfɛ no sɛ Osman Ibrahim wahyɛ ne first goal ɛde ama club a yɛfɛ no final ɛwɔ that early division mo ɛmɛ ɔmo ne AJ Eagle ɛnsɛ ɛde wida so a final ɛwini by 5 goals to 1 ɛno ɛyɛ game a ɛkɔsoma Osman Ibrahim ɛde kan ɛposa na sɛ ne first goal of the season wahyɛ ɛde ama final ɛno akyi Ghana ni abrante ɛfɛ no Kudus Mohammed wɔn nso ɛhyɛ goal ɛde ma club ɛfɛ no West Ham United ɛnso ne nyina akyi no Tottenham ɛbɛhyɛ mo kanan ɛma mo nso ɛte kanamo baako a abrante ɛfɛ no Kudus Mohammed ɛkonya red card ɛwɔ saa game a ɛkɔsɛ report ɛba no sɛ Kudus nneɛma wɔn sɛ ɔkɔɛ no obɛtumi anya bɛyɛ 6 ɛyɛ matches ban a mpanyinfoɔ ɛbɛtumi ɛnso ade ama Kudus Mohammed ɛno akyi woda wɔn ne akyire mu deɛ na te sɛ England hɔ na abrante ɛfɛ no Jordan Ayew wɔn nso ɛfi bench ɛbɛhyɛ winning goal ɛde ma club ɛfɛ no Leicester City ɛma wɔn akyi Southampton ɛbɔ wɔn ka mmiɛnsa a Southampton ɛte kanamo mmienu ɛno akyi so abrante a yɛfɛ no Abdul Fatawi Shaiku wɔn nso ɛyɛ assist ɛwɔ game a ɛkɔsoma Leicester ɛdi nkunim no ɔyɛ assist ɛwɔ saa game a ɛno sɛ timi Thomas Partey wɔama megyinam ɛnsi akan fama Ghana ɛso si akan 90 minutes ɛde ma Arsenal sɛ ne nyina akyi no Bournemouth ɛbɔ maka mmienu a ɔma ntimi ante abrante fo no Anton Semenyo wɔn nso ɛbɔ 90 minutes ɛde ma club ɛfo no FC Bournemouth ɛno akyi woda wɔn akyire mu so ɛwɔ championship no mu a abrante fo no Brandon Thomas Asante wɔn nso ɛde wɔn nso ɛpɛ mu ɛba bɛsi akan ɛde ma club a yɛfɛ no Coventry City ama wɔn nso ɛdi nkugu amuna ɛyɛ Bristol City ɛbɔ mo kaba kɔ wɔn nso ɛntimi ante force na mankwa wɔn nso ɛsi akan 26 minutes ɛde ma club ɛfɛ no Norwich City ɛma wɔn nso ɛbɔ 1-1 against Stoke City ɛwɔ championship no mu ntɛ no nso yɛ game a ɛno nso ɛtimi kɔsɛn afei Joe Wallacott ɛsɛ de atena mu ɛde ma club a yɛfɛ no sɛ Cloud City ɛma no sɛ bana wie no Joe Wallacott team no ɛdi nto ɛka pɔlipɔli ɛnan ati sɛ Reading ɛhyɛ ɔmo a na ɛsɛ ɔmo nso no ɛte kan mo baako na afei abrante fɛ no Kwame Poku wɔn nso ɛsi akan ɛrema Peter Boboboko no ɛma ɔmo nso wini by 3 goals to 1 na ɛsɛ no si yɛ game a ɛkɔ so kɔ Spain a abrante fɛ no Inaki Williams wɔn nso ɛbɔ brace ɛrema Atletico Bilbao ɛma ɔmo ne club ɛfɛ no Espanyol ɛde wideos no Espanyol ɛdi nkyoma Atletico Bilbao ɛbɔ ɔmo kanan ɛma ɔmo timu baako a Inaki Williams ɛpo so atena brace ɛna ɔbɔ after international duty wɔn nso go a wɔn nso ɛpo ɛna afei abrante fɛ no Abdulmumi wɔn nso ɛsi akan ɛrema Rayo Vallecano ɛmɛ ɔmo din nkugu kabaako a Real Mallorca ɛhyɛm abrante no ɛbɔ yɛ 73rd minute ɛna wɔn nso ɛsi akan so ɛrema ne club no afei La Liga 2 no so abrante fɛ no Baba Idrisu ɛsɛ ɛsi akan 85th minute Erima Maria Amomusin Ewini by 2-1 Omni Re Zaragoza and so and Edividas na fe Uko Italy so a brand for us Ibrahim Sulemana on say Ebam Ebesa kind 6 minutes Erima Klapa Yafana Atlanta almost 2-0 and almost say Dinko Venetia and Asia Branton so a born Modena fe a brand for Joseph Alfred Duncan a born 90 minutes Erima Venetia Bobokono and also Italy Ghanaian plus Mienu and a Modibon say Timako Kanafe Uko France so na tisa Brantia Yafana Alidu Sedu on also a born 90 minutes at the master René Emmanuel any club Yafana Sebres as I did us game no end 1-1 of fame and the day are you or else it's a kind for the first time at the money club Yafana lay a vein among Olympic Lyon as in a dividas in the national the day are you team Elusu 4-0 and we a game of course of fame and next Niama on us FP bench every kind 18 minutes at the money club Nessa no Eka Cram and us FP Abratenasu Akatina Gideon Mensa. One also a 90 minutes. Erima Ozo, Emma we need by 2-1. Emma Moni Rami, and so and Asia field remo, a year down in Echemo, France, one also. Next almost League 2 no, not Sabrante for Nathan J. On also is a Karima Laurent, among a winning by 4-2 against Clubber. Yafan Annecy FC. I know a game of Cosina Fuko Germany, a Brante for Rashford, Yabua, Konosdorfer. One also a go, Erima Hampaga SV. Nasa no a game across so almost a winning by 3-1. Emina Omni Club, Yafana McDabeck, and I do a redasma Branton, and so a Pusatana, and so on Tines away a Ghanaian placer. Omodibako can only say a Brantia for the Papa Raman. Baba Raman so downing at them or Greek League in Muswa, or also a Pusatana, Erimani Club, Genk Bobokono, Emmanuel Nema Ekoye, and so at the moment a Ghanaian placer, Dodona Esia Kind, Erimamu Ferros Clubs, Dodona's Essence Eshe Go, Eri Emamu Clubs out on to Eka Crefiona Manosu, Timi Ababati Yamremo, our Ghana Premier League Nafi, Yavia Match Sahuda, a 2-year now 2 year, near for results in the infant 2 Jadia, Na Eyadi Akala, Somiterefi, and a young apostles, Akoya 0-0, Visioners at the Federation United, and also Ekoye 1-1, and reaching the Kumasia Santiago, I bet I'm on the only goal or share no, almost Samates Kabakwa, Samates and Timati Dreams FC, as in how to focus game on, and I say Ekoye 0-0, and I saw Tema Eshe Kamianwa, Baseki Holy Stars and Timianti, and Rich Brekum Chelsea, Eshe Kamian Sama Legon Cities, Ete Kanambako Kalala United, Eshe Kabakwa, Heart of Line and Saint Timianti, and Rechino, at the Amidiama Sporting Club, Eshe Kabakwa, Nation FC and Timi Antina Fee, Bebiani Coast Stars, Eshe Kamianwa, Etiana Stars, Omo Ekano, Wamosuno and Timianti Way, a results are who the PMO, our Ghana Premier League, no, na just a March. Day 7 and also a team course so far no we have 53 matches and so far yeah team about team so more winning a year 21 and a fee we say away winner and so PM and also a year 9 and a fee draw PM no a year 23 and a fee goals outdoor a PM so far no a year 80 goals and on a PM and a fee home goals no a year 49 and away goals no so a year 31 first half goals and a PM no a year 31 and a second half goals and a PM no na so a year 49 and here goes a PM second half yellow Casa APMO, our Ghana Premier League so far, a year 186 yellow cards, and so far 80 APMO fee, red cards APMO, and so a year 7, and a penalties, and also 80 APMO, Nessa no Dudona, as a to me PMO say, a year 2 a year penalties, and also 80 APMO, ya wadi, Nessa no Eka crab, and also 80 day, as a PMO so a hormone Yosha, senior Ghana Premier League on the table no so far, and home some so as baby any co stars about Duncan, our 15 point, Crop Beer Kumasi, as Santiago de Cababa Tosmiron, and so our 14 point, Miensa, a Midiama Sporting Club 14 point, and 9, a Brokum Chelsea 13 point, and Num, a Samates 10 point, and Insia, a National C, our 10 point, and so a Visionary 10 point, Mochi, a Swarteman, our 10 point in Chrome, a House of Folk, our 9 point, and after a 2, a Betel United 9 point, a Tobacco, a Kalala United, our 8 point, and after Dumiano, a Heart of Lion, our 8 points, Dumian Sam, a Baseki Holy Stars, as our 7 point, and after 2-9, as a young apostles, almost our 6 points, and after Dunum, a Carlans, our 6 points, Dunsia, Ghana Stars, our 6 points, Dunson, a Dreams FC, our 4 points, and after Dumochi, Timono. as a team is in our swarmina, a Legon Cities, and so our 1 pointer, almost so Eddie Ada Asionamonti, Ghana Premier League no resource outdoor, and also a Pimeno, Sa and it's a house coach, Abubakar Watara Nra, now it is a tuba astrotephanosono, Nenya Asem Kituakra, Coach Abubakar Watara, area Tie after the game Yenti in summer coach in Eddie Tuja.
Ghana Premier League, we have 18 teams. I think we don't have any team who are coming against Asofok. He says it's coming just to look Asofok to beat him. Everybody are fighting. It's true. Last week we won 2-1, but it's finished. We are talking about today. Today we came here with another objective, but unfortunately we didn't get it. If you didn't win, don't lose. I think it's not bad. I can't say it's good, but 1 point is not bad. Huh?
Coach Abubakar Watara na motene kanonoti na Abrantia ya for Benjamin Asari sahine was a goalkeeper Abrantia clean sheet no ya ne se wo yesa ona se ka yenti Benjamin Asari.
Now can so far share matches I abon utinu say improve na football no so enya always no benya wo day e bia no betimi anya good day or china betimi aba say enya good day na so say na me kan place on wall no we are good, no one is bad. All those say bia the way say na we expect and am the way say na mu dream say bia oba mu betimi anya be na ntimi ankom sa na so bia at the end of the day na bia at the end of the matches in here boy e bia on the day no be oba no betimi aba share we do go match instead of say na your coach in kan all those say omo no mo no sisia all those say on here there ana e bia nyama here dan koso ye ma no enu nche say yes say you need see change because once I training na preparation for the any matches bia betimi see in football nti enu say better we see to the matches na account say na coach kan then work it hard because bia be here and so far you say we need so supporters ni so mo beji
Kentia no yes my brand for the Benjamin Asare to coach Karim Zito a coach at my Dreams FC wanna say this my credit to after Sonny House the boss you.
Yes, but this we teach them how to put the ball into the net. By putting the ball into the net is the ability and capability of the players. You understand me? So even Ronaldo misses chances, even Messi misses chances. But I will also say a little bit of inexperience is part of it. Because these are young boys. I think it's hardly there's no coach in Ghana that will allow these young boys to play Premier Division for him. Or let's be, because I'm a grassroots coach. I know how to handle them, and I know. So, since we are not into win the league, definitely we'll overcome this. Predicament, and then we'll.
Okay, coach Karim Zito, and Mutini Kana, Enra Kumasi Asante Doko. Omni Samates, Omni Samates, Kaba commenting na supporters in Tokwesi, no. Nenya some Kitoka, Nina say na Samates supporters in the sea. Emra Kotoko, Obuwi, Omu Bass in the 2 and Omokono, Natso Baby, Tikoto 4 Bass and a Sibiu, or Tintesu, Eritu Samates for no say Hiniha, and I feed the Buo, and Yasam Kitoka, Yeti, BC, and I feel Hekaka.
Police also need to let you back.
You're not going to report to police station. Dabi.
Not say who some to hear to say bus the sen and so must say bus the cranty. Namia Dumina area about 2 p.m. You better so TV so as a traffic 7 p.m. and has supporters after some board drawn some who don't want to Janano. Namia Dumina area pa and a whole somebody Division 1 a man so league no Dudona as so cause area pa. You be sure TV so as a traffic. Yet a whole somebody about Manonita una fia so a brand for Nigeria near a brand for the Victor Boniface unim so Sinakai Rima Payaliva Kusenra ni club H never see a kind a moment in Kunusin a brand accident a brand in Yano na tsenya dia na eni kapati se accident ano wo hye part sa branch ne tibie no baby a oda se nya dia na se eye ni kanse ne nyire chi no e bompa se ne ho ebetimi atro minor injuries na branch no wetimi anya e bompa se bibia ebetimi so aye fine dem ante enwe kakra efi Nigeria ni branch fe na Victor Boniface na so ye no so ababetuja yenko EPN na fe results kakra ara se PM over the weekend e dia Tottenham Hotspur e Kanan ema West Ham etimu ba ko Fulham etrama Aston Villa boneka miensa waro so eti El Kanamo ba ko na fi Ipswich Town so etrama Everton ko shene kamienu a wentimi anti Manchester United e kamienu ema club a ye fene se e Brentford almost eti Kanamo ba ko na fi club a fene se Newcastle United etrama Brighton Hove Albion e kaba ko anti Southampton etrama Leicester boneka miensa waro so eti Kanamo mienu na fi Bournemouth e kamienu Arsenal enso entimi anti no china nura e de Wolverhampton Wanderers etrama Man City ebone kamienu a otimo ba ko na fi Liverpool enso e kamienu ema Chelsea enso eti Kanamo ba ko ntiwe e match sa hodo a ni nyina so e pasu na ochewie ntie de besia na ya sores nyame atuma ewia ye ne obehia a TV so as exactly 2 p.m. na ye dia gure onsem ai den asasu e di apremo meeting e di roja imano from the sports monake botela era afiko jo so metechi e dia gure onsem de ba sabrede makramo
me da say sports monarch wano na dia gure onsem bra roja Emmanuel the sports monarch and I'll tell Kabusua DwaboAse ni power 97.9 and a TVXY me say na watch we your friend action week na watch we titiri we na day wa bra ye di nkomo baby a ye do no si amoye man no ho ban na ye tena wo na mfufo da na ye kwaya dabi enchi ma bebo ye sobo ye kabi ma mi kabi amamu no o se ye bo ho ban at all cost ni ye besi wo mrase badwafie tena no e wo se hia Ghana ni bia o se ye Ghana ni bia hia asem ene se wo bekwa akwa bi se wo bekwa akwa gina ahwa bi se wo bekwa akwa tena ho ahwa bi mene wa san me se ye nyina be call na ye nyina akwa nia ebesi wo mrase badwafie etena ede na asie a ye dibirika akwa court wa bra sabre nsem bebre gu courta ye nyandi ye niempo ebeye poma ye beye afrikwan mu sere beye Ghana ye betimasi gina ye kama a eche se oba ni oba enna bema ne bema na ye ngi ntum no besi na ye timi ndi sasem no beso ye timi atumrika in less than 24 hours edi asema efa right honorable speaker na temu obi a obuye e wo mrase bedwafie asechera ne sai ede ne ebeye me besisi e wabra ye boy tonton sansa ba me kaw se wukua na nyame ya adoma ye che 2000 Ghana cedis e wo mensa kanemo etimi no amacha ase no madale star 274 hash serebe ya sikadodo no menso mensa ebe kabi me besisi e wabra ye be boy tonton sansa enko ba bia. Afei I was na tie me wa bra ye boy tonton sansan asema ba ne se baby a yadru yamra hye badwafie a se wo hwe the three arms of government a wono pa na yemamra ne kire se tumi kase wo ne nsem no ebra yadru si amo no ho ban a Kwame Minkah bia mamuo no enyina yie yammo mra hye badwafie ho ban a Kwame Minkah bia mamuo ya was a gina so na mamu papa free muba na puntu ba no ye toto na se the enti America say within the three arms of government no legislature and a to me kase I want in some simple first chapter of the 1992 constitution actually baby on mamu to me nyina every ba was it every yen Ghana for no yen timemu for no yen sem the free ba na se wo ba hwa mrasa badwafie no omomo ho yen Ghana fo no ya na monsifo womomo kwagina mrasa badwafie ewo yedin mu a womo hye mra atoto no ma yie ewo yedin mu eti mrasa badwafie no eba ye ahweye a eka the three arms of government a to me kase paaye dey ewo ne nsa eti na omomo tintim the 1992 constitution womo nyansa mu no womu hunu se tumi bi a court no wono e wose e podwa bi na ye de hye mrasa badwafie ensem eti ye betimi afraw amo aba mrasa badwafie te se de yetimi esama ho ema wo ba eye court eti sa tumi na court wono mrasa badwafie e wo sa tumi ni bio because mrasa badwafie na eye representative anase ejira wo ma timamufo no atimamufo ho no ena tumi kase pa no efri omo ho ba no omade yo no edamu nsoro edamu fua se de omu si ye omade no ente se mampanya so ye se de omu si ye omade no ente se asani bia enti na wo amamuo papa mu no obroni bi a ye fro no Montesquieu tinase adwin bibi ho a ye fro no separation of powers
Power FM
abeye asem bi a ye gina so ade chichire man ye said about three arms of government no baako nkotiatia baako efa hodie so obi abedi ni lemu no aye na dwuma said ye sitie womraso badwafie ye yi aten a nia owo akwanya so obeyi aten nia owo akwanya so obetake decision binding mraso badwafo nyina aye mraso badwafie chiame hene now ede na asisi abre de asie nie MPP amanyoko no eho nya akono abedru empempenso bi a amanyoko nfo ni bi a wo mo ye mraso badwafo ese abeye da yanim aye akwato yi wo mo nya mfo mo ho mfore MPP ho wo mo hunu se so mo de wo mo ho bo MPP a wanhwe mbedi nkuguo wanhwe mbedi ntwo eto mo de wo mo se wo mbekwa akwagina kwantenkro nia naano na wogina kwantenkro ena mabufuo saa bi no se wode ne ho abedom MPP amayekuo no ena mentimi wase bi nso ema ne ho mene so wa amanfi central nti abufuo nti opanyaka enso kwa akogina kwantenkro woso wonya nyina en onukra de na abato na ekoso ewo eye amanfi central no wolusuye ema joana jankujo ena di nkunim eti womukwa abato yi mu no woso won pene da still wogiri se bibi wonimu eti woso bakwa akogina kwantenkro baba eba MPP de na de mane yehuru ene bawumia a woye flag bearer wonam no nadwen ne kasa nyina kire se wo susuye so ombedi nkunim basanka ye no kra eye dan ena wo manyokuo mu nkofo a wo mu ye mrase badwafo aye o madwen se afi wedi afi ye dan anim aye kwakoto aba no wo mu nyina wo party ni din mu na ebom ombegina se kwantenkro eye dan eye party ni ho a enya akono nti ena amena basa na se basa na wo mrase badwafie enhyehyɛ mu ena feso wo ye mamra na eye 1992 constitution nia eka ene se ebra obeye wadwen se obekɔ ne sa no ebra obeye wadwen se wonya ne political party a wotira ne konso eba mrase badwafie no eba ne se wonya ne nkɔ wabra ye kɔto abana saa bra no prekopre wayi wedi eti wo kenka ye mamra no eno ma akire ni ebe mamra se badwani ede na dwuma to ni ebe mamra se badwani yayi na dia article 971G and H ekasafania meka yi hoyi na emre bi twemu speaker Michael Kwe ejira sam mamra yi so eyi aten wa bra fomina MP no wo ye na adwen se 2020 abato no wo bekwa agogina se kwantenkro eno wo mu gina mamra no so pam no efri MPP mu se akokɔ no sabre no obi amfa asem na ankɔ court sabre no ene omo gi atini se yama oni akɔ na se yama nkofo yi akwanya anti o manu asem no sabre no o man make argument of the law of natural justice say ye ma asem bi e fo obi hu a e wo so man akwanya e man be kasa sabre no apanyo marking ene anyimadu antwimo wo mu nyina obi ano dwom including osai chairman sabonsu wo mu nyina wo mano dwom obi ankasa obi an raise issue of the law of natural justice benadie ekwoti omunti wo mu dimirika kopeja sasem no say the law of natural justice eche say ye di obi hu asem ana say ye di asem a efo obi hu a e wo so mo sa ni akono akwanya e ma no be kire na adwen but emra no ye black and white da ho pefe say wo ye na adwen pe say wonya ne amanyokuo na wo gira ne so ba amra se badwafie no enko bie wo abra ye koto aba fofora say ni akona yi ne ho adi enyo bia na yi na di ono ankasa ayi ne ho adi te say de ono abo arikopoku echeche mu kire ye efiada ye adwan ya ono ayi ne ho adi eti sasem no and the right honorable speaker Albert Kingsford Sumana Bagben ejina so yi aten na oni akwa owo akwanya so betibe yi aten bi sa wo mrase badwafie eye the speaker of parliament enye obia speaker of parliament ene betibe yi aten bi sa etu ogina eye mrase badwafie enhyehyeye ene omade yoso eyi aten na wabra wayi aten no ebegina ewo mrase badwafie ho eno anom de ye adwuma ewo mrase badwafie ho and based on satem na wo yiye no anase aten na wo yiye no based on that no MPP afa no wo mo number no sese swate eto ma ba be ye dom kuma ena NDC afa no so wo mo no mo numbers ni do so eti sese o ma ba be ye dom kese eti satem wo no ena mrase badwafie sabre ya ye kasai wo mo de ye adwuma na fei ye nkote a obi atikwa apai wo dimirika akọ court a ɛyɛ na omotai gina brofo bi so say the wheels of justice grind slowly court a say asɛm bi ba yɛ mpepere yɛ wɔ se yɛpɛ adansidi ahodoɔ ne tietie bibi ewom ansa ne yi atɛn no saa court no ɛnɛ all of a sudden obi timi de asɛm bi say ɛni da hɔ pɛfɛɛ o ɛtimi akɔ asɛni bia akɔnya atemuo in less than 24 hours ankyɛ ɛni 30 minutes mpo pa na tetraw ɛdam ɛti sɛ atemuo mayi ne sɛ speaker na atemuo no yɛnyi nto nkyɛn ɛnyɛ adwuma bio deɛ ɔmo ka no bɛrɛ bi mu nso yɛ titiriw ɔnɔbo mahama yarega ɛne sɛ wɔnim mmerɛ a court no gyina so ɛde yi atɛn sɛ deɛ speaker na atemuo no yɛmmɔ nto twene baabi anaasɛ yɛnyi nto nkyɛn baabi mɛmo atie mahama yarega wɔ abere a wɔmmɛki saa argument no bɛno a wɔ abere a wɔyɛ wɔn nsɛntwerɛfoɔ nhyia mu ɛyɛ mmarahyɛbadwafie dɔm kɛseɛ panyin ɛyɛ honorable Dr. Kasiel Atoforsen egyina n'asɛm so ka sɛ sɛnea esitie bia wɔn nti bibia wɔ baabi a deɛ wɔn nim ane sɛ speaker right honorable Agbangbaben the ruling no n'atemu no baabi egyina na egyina bibia nsesan tie no.
Do not abdicate our responsibility to the people of Ghana, no matter what. Nothing, absolutely nothing, will change this position. We are fortified that the proceedings of Parliament shall not be impeached or questioned in any court or placed out of Parliament. Any interference with the business of Parliament is unlawful, unacceptable, and shall be resisted. We have never hidden our position that we are in Parliament for the ordinary people of Ghana. It is indeed true that we will use our new majority numbers to benefit Ghanaians by introducing private members' bill to remove the e-levy and to reduce the suffering of the people of Ghana. Yeah. It is also true that we will use our new majority to remove the betting tax and other nuisance taxes. Yeah. Already, this NPP government has made Ghana a high tax regime, and that it is affecting the survival of businesses and the people of Ghana. We assure you that we will use our new majority to protect businesses and the people of Ghana as we have always maintained. We are confident that the Right Honourable Speaker has acted fairly, firmly, and lawfully in a matter that is perfectly within his province.
The Right Honourable Speaker, ne atemu na wobuye no, baby ejina na ejina bibianse sign. According to Majority Leader, Honourable Dr. Kasiel Atoforsen, bibianse sign. Etu omo se omo majority no, edom kese no omo kura no. Womo be introduce, they say Parliament, etu ma akwenya ma ye introduce private members bill. Etu obe jina private members bill so. No ma bobo ho, esi jina ye, said be ya e-levy no, ebe free ye so. Said be ya betting tax no, ebe free ye so. Eti dom kese afa no omo wono. Womo ba be jino mo na so, akwaji o my Ghana. Eti resetting Ghana na, NDC taika no. Sabre a dom kese abedi o mafa no. Womo be jina dom kese tu midie no so. Eyi yi no ma, edi ahokyere bre Ghana fo no, edi afiri ho. Eno no mo ka. Now, me pese wutie Honorable Mahama Yarega yankon ten. Yete Honorable Mahama Yarega, have a trained lawyer. But anyway, our being pa. Sasa mo waka ni TV3 wasanso si studio wabra no mo yense dwefo nhyiamu no wose wonim emra court no ejina so a wode ka se speaker no na tamu no emfa kwemu anasa na tamu no ye monto twene baabi wose wonim mra omu gina so e de yesa de omu ni ma ne de speaker aka and you see tie na tie bio Parliament nko judiciary nko executive nko womu nyina omadwuma no ebehia wo baabia womu nyina kwa bankuro mu se we de ye e de aboa o my Ghana. That is where they meet. But se ko base ba ko pese wo gina ni tumi so etietia ba ko fa wudi so a de etumi de ba ene nia honorable anyimadu antwi eka ye wo mraso badwafie ene de honorable atachia eka ye wo mraso badwafie ade ntawantawa ba ebe pushi ama judiciary no any legislature no entawantawa bedo omuntem eno ne yehwehwe na speaker aye the ruling na the Mirika court eno so esabe na wutwa kaide hunu se asema aye de hu komo sabre ya ede abedu ba bia yedri eye sebia MPP twaye e wo speaker Michael Kwe na penso eno na de abedu ba bia ya bedri NDC to aso a o medwalai eti sese a eye honorable apanyo Mike Udimrika awakose court o chida bi se tumi dane en tumi no so e dane ano no se tumi dane na ye kodu sam pempenso no na se ye gira court no so eye nia ye pe bia boa ba ne be boa man Ghana empuntuo power se court no ye tibi kwa and you see the way Mami tokonu tie me the way amoye mo noma ene said ye musi form mo panel ene said ye musi di atemu ne bantam no eno na amanfo bi anya adwen mi say eh ase we de mo kwotira mpaduase baabi ena mo ye nhyiamu bi na mpanifo bi wa ase ene ekuochi mo wo said ye mu besi aya mo noma adwen mi sa na ewura ngofo tirim Mami tokonu a wo preach say Yesu kamera bi say anka ka onu kwa kruwa ne mpare no tie ne tie bio nia moye ani ni nzuzu azo ebetima ba se na speaker so ka se okay wonu so gina ni tumi so asha wo se bra mrase badwafie na be yi wo ano fi se nia wo ye no ebu mrase badwafie animtia ede na ebetimi diaba and ede nkwa na gabi otre dako ehu a obi a waka kire say the local politics woni eche na international politics no ye e dey nkwan no ehu a all of a sudden wo bokoko say empanifo a wo mrahye badwafie ebom na nkotena se no mumbobo nsamo sere be ya basa yo bia nsi efi kire eko e dey na gabi oche da kwa ehu e hwa na mame kai ne honorable agboja governance kai se bra no mo ye omu se ntwefo nhia mu nura no wo mu hunu ye wo de o mani hunu ye sa asrafo bi tete mantwa baabi e wo mrahye badwafie no wa mamo warning mesa ba warning ne so wa mamo warning hwe Ghana ni bia wo hwe metie me o chenya mbo asa onko parliament da o chira ko parliament kola kwatena na kwhwe nia ebesi wo mrahye badwafie public gallery hono edi enti na ho se mrahye badwafie o mudwumadie ne koso a ye wakwanya se ye betimi ayedai abehwe etu obi angoya bi o chenya mba it will be very interesting in parliament obi angoya bi o chira ye nyina beba ho bi ye beba behwe proceedings ye beba behwe se de mu besi aya mo nooma ye fie ye Ghana for ye fie no ye tumi ni bi ene apodwade ahye amanfo nsem so mu kosi ya na mu e ma mi tokonu wunim pa se ye mamra ne kire se tumi kasie na mudidi agro no kasie de pa afri ye Ghana for ho eti wo ahweye a Ghana for representation wo no e ho na tumi kasie ne ye dai e wo so ade ne ye ade ne ye hu and to say the honorable Hana se watete kaye ono so ye lawyer we ye diplomat international diplomat oba na se wo hunu de ekoso no obi say eh eti se de a judge for atemuafo se de mo fo maso nto fom entie se de enkomo ni si kɔ ewa mansan mu ahu because kanino na eno ka enoma ni bia mugina so edi yaten eti ene de na asesa power the fam ene ya kase edi na asesa as I said, yeah, you don't even check the pulse of the country. You don't check the pulse of the people in order to come up with certain judgment. Common sense, no way. Common sense, na you better in the abata atemwe we wono away. America ye 2 year no near penny. Sa okodio America na ye 2 year no. Ye 2 year no ye de jedi. And they shall aba power the fam. Dom kesiane say omo mpene fi se omo nim se wo said ye mrahye badwafie adwuma city no speaker ne ka eno na gina obi ani akwanya se obeba betwintwan speaker na temu anamu obi ani akwanya se obeba betwintwan mrahye badwafie o mana montu anamu Okay, ebra parliament we shas ye no. Hwe bibi esi ye. Ebra parliament we eighth parliament. Ebra shas ye no. Hwade bi esi ye. Mom ye kaka ye ho. Mama sound.
We're actually working out now. So they have received instructions to move out now. So the military men are moving out now.
That is the way to go. The military has no place in this at all. Not even the police. The police should be the first instant force or security body that should be called in things like this. The military has no place at all in matters like this. And here you are talking about parliament, the place of debate, the place of argument, the place of dissent. And if they are, portraying what really they do as in parliamentarians, you don't need military to come in. What are they here to do? And what can happen? What is the worst? So if the NEC MPs fail to budge, are they going to be shooting? That is wrong. We don't need them here. If anything at all, it's the police. But we don't even need police here. They are marshals of parliament. They are elders amongst them who should be able to ensure that cool heads prevail. We don't want to go back to the days of the military.
Anyway, City Newsroom for Sabreno. Now I'm TV here from City TV. Is that the channel 1? Every day free. Eti Sabreno City News. Omo commentary Salomadonu na ate de no. Se woma commentary no aka se nia asrafo ya beye aye wrong. Na enua bi ne yetete according to honorable Agboja Coffins. Enua bi ne yetete se wa hwe betima si kina. Hedi asi ye. Ebra parliament we e show mu dwumadi ase ye. Besin ne obia ntimi entwi obia so yetimi fro obia musa oni akone se eye dan na ma sa order e ma asrafo e betwintwan mrase badwafia na mu eye dan ne ma asrafo akwanya no e mo mu bawura the floor the chamber of parliament ena me Kwame Minkah se bia mrase badwafie omudwumadi ekwaso na me yese me wura ho a ye be ma marshals rateme. So how come say on that night or in that wee hours of the night, in that early morning, a year day and a mrantia ya no much asraf watadi a year day no muraho. And we don't want that situation again. Yam bases adia we besi bio. Se speaker Edina Temuaba, Yeni Kwan Fufra, Yabetima Faso, and I say a dear guana, yeah, within this. Some mona da bia damano say abaya ye kwakotwe mo se mu bedi nkunim si mo need that se mu bedi nkunim in the next 2 months mo da minority ede na besi mo tena minority ede na besi de na besai no ede na besai. And so far NDC amanyoko na dan na di say Ghana do makoma so chen mo amutimi ma akwanya ni yagye atum na yede etuoje achicha nkofo na etu a wose yeje etu a wose yegina so na sika no bama oman no na yede chiche ye namfo no ne ye nuanom na yede etu yegina emra bi so ede etu jinjan bi te say yade akodiewuo etu no yede abeto Ghana fo so na ye boa ma ahokire no akosoro na yede tuo bi te say E11 abeto Ghana fo so na ye boa ma ahokire no akosoro. And so far NDC afana wamra se badwafie no wo mo na dan na di se omo gina ba bia Ghana fo gina eti se na nyame ncha de ono ani nyansa mu wasesem ama NDC aba dom kesia wo ha on say speaker kasa wie wo ha on say ebra Professor Michael Kwe eyi atan no ade tina mu bi anya de mu ye enei ena de kotia mu nti madwala yetie Mahama Yarega honorable Mahama Yarega ebra na wo gina mamra no so a wo bisa se emra ban na court ri gina so ade yi sa atan no tie no.
Anybody to suspend a decision of the speaker in parliament properly constituted. What we know is that under Article 2 of the Constitution and Article 130 of the Constitution, the Supreme Court has jurisdiction to make a declaration as to whether or not an act is consistent or inconsistent with a provision of the Constitution. But to suspend a decision of Parliament or a directive of the Speaker in Parliament, we are not aware of the legal basis of a conduct like that. Be that as it may, we as parliamentarians act on the basis of communication coming to us from the Speaker. We don't hear things in the news and act on them, or cite copies of records of proceedings in any court on social media and act on them. We act on the basis of communication coming to us from the Right Honorable Speaker. And if that communication says we should walk into the sea, we walk into the sea. Because we listen only to the Speaker and nobody else in relation to the integrity, the legality, and the appropriateness of what has happened in the chamber.
Eti Mama Yariga or Mrenimuni have a trained lawyer. Sasu Yamrasabedani was a wonim and Mrenina Sua. Court no Jinaso, Eddie is ateno. Say Speaker Sama Waka, a was a Jinano, Yamontumu. Also, when him be a free. The Omniman said the Speaker no Becano, and no nobody so. At the end of so far, Speaker Naka, Speaker na say, Monamia Dom Cassia, et Januano Mudi so. Send the Speaker so Monanti Copuma. One man and take Eurapumu. The Speaker so Monanti, Engra Jema, one Beurejam. The Speaker Nakano, and only as some munim. And yet, honorable, a year at Bojagovins. A brand now what the Cocobon Sembi, a tuga, and therefore I dream fee, I dream Bonibia, and won't go for between Titu Fatna. I am Rasabeja phone and your massam. As for the somebody, barracks in Amutio. And you see, men nine, you know, say, Asra for Nina, Niamoye, Omope. Yawasra phobia, and did you omutrim a woman? Send the air course to a mompe. Almost Omotuaba. Special voting, Danny Dra, Omobako cho my game. Omo against Ewa would say, yeah, causeway. Omo against Ewa Memo Funya air causeway. Omo against but then you know, Mokosa, a show with him. And Sadia Yani Akoswa, what was a talk one so, Yabawo Banya Bedusa level way. At the other Tina, or be to me Fiabia, when ya power the fair. Or Pasua Gina said to me Fiana so, and the same be fair way ya. I'm a Ghana by a crabbe. To me Fiabia or Bienya, or Pasua Gina so, and the side your way. But now about Boja Govins, and the sound one in Abba. Conano Moye, or be a Fimo, Nano Moye, or be a near tree. And pay on your cra, one making sa order and say, Asra for number. Boss is Asra for now, Mutitem Wuramuano, Sasra for now, Mutitem Rasabe, and feature honor. Wamama warning. So, Tina, Wabro Mukwa Tenase, Heno Bia Bia, and some fata, Tieno.
It was government that ordered the military and the police to enter the chamber and assault members of parliament. Indeed, my colleague, Honorable, our colleague, filed a motion for those individuals of which you have details of those military officers and what they did in the chamber. But I can guarantee you, it's not yet sunset on those issues. Just to add, we are aware that between yesterday and today, government, some elements of government have had a meeting again to deploy the military to the precincts of parliament to enter the tent. We are aware of that. We can just ask those around the Accra Sports Stadium that at a point in time tomorrow, they repeat the same misconduct. We can guarantee them the people of this country are sovereign. If you wear a military uniform or police uniform, you work to the Constitution. But they should be aware that the life of this government is less than 2 months. They will have to account for their conduct in 2020 and whatever they do tomorrow. But they shouldn't be surprised the people of this country would react forcefully to any misconduct of anybody in uniform. But
you see, the funny thing is, Omogen say, Obuko yes, how much Muno, no mo take sad decisions na e no ma dwen say omo aya no mo tin jemu ni nyina ase e na ya na fua de omo keka ne so it will surprise you wo na me no kasa no wo na me no kasa no it will surprise you to know say e jemu bi na mo koye no a mo kokoti afana no say wonye saade no it will surprise you to know say na manfo bi won jemu na se a de na mo keka no no mo bo enyo so eto mo leak information no e de mai it will shock you. Say the na music coach and ye way ofa ha say ya e bi obi ba argue say eti argument we no e ya no akoni say no sa no ma na mo ye no ana mo ne afra no e ye no it will shock you to know say amanfo ana mo ni o muti meeting ase no not all of them were happy about it, and that is the reason here ombe leak information be say ediama ye mubi. And say honorable Agboja Govins, ka di okana. We am rashe bedwani. One man metena bedwam en kasakwa. No, for politics, eton nchen for once. Ebiasi pen, ye wo mamu a, ebra rashe bedwawe, rashe bedwafie we, show mu dwumadie asefoforo no. Asrafo no mu begu wo no mu free. Eye de no mu bai. Why na ka so omomra. Dobio, we why ya dwuma se soja ni pen. Ubetu aba be di madanse wa ha. Say asrafo no so binka say mu move mutimi free mu pa mu move unless say be a coup d'etat but say Ghana no kwaka coup a ye betu say but me enfato ho na America who use the word coup e bi krapa cap na wo kan wan kan ye na kwaka coup a ye be ba beto but say hu na mo de ahye nkofuo mu no te say de opam hufu a wo to no be ma no say de afuro ye yo. He said, "Ya bremo, enough is enough." A day, and one arm of the government, subservient to the other. How? How did we get here? It is to say, from now on, speaker, and make it ruling be a obia wakwenya so the court. Is that what you want? Say, next speaker, and make it ruling. Ebia one kasamu business one. Obi baka say okay, any me dey court. Akwa chinchire mu. What kind of banana republic agenda is this? What kind of banana republic agenda is this?
Power the fam.
What say media Kwame Minkah kuru an empire me. O say gina nyame dem e de nyame asem preachi. Asem no kwa wo preachi no kwa no. Won ti ase me ne wo. Me mo di no wanya din. Wona me kasa tra no. Baby a Ghana do no. So one for common sense and Adrian. One for common sense and new Juma. One shall we do how can see a baba? Common sense in the say. O could da usum ye no so. Also speaker, a bromade as some number 2 anymore. Her penny send ye a baby for ye adiano. What's a me could be sad brewa. And yet any monoson would deny ye. And yet tell me buy ye. When you don't cranny want to think granny. Speaker, oche every bra wo mo ye ni speaker wo ye ni bibia se bibini wo ba yo betu broni kwakwa atade hodo ye ya na ese speaker foi wo se montungu baabi na ye nse ye kuro mo ntade na ye nye ye no ma se bibifo power the from day one speaker has been loyal to the values culture of this country from day one and ebana temwom se wo yi aten e dia fa bibi ho a won pre no ho sa na bibi fo ye no ma ye mpre ye ho ye de kwa adwindwin mu ye bisa berewa wo bisa berewa na che se wo de kwa adwindwin mu wo de kwa bisa wo ko bisa nkofo enkofo mpo a o ma bedi sa di bra ni bi pen e na fe so wo kwhwe nwumam amanfo ma di sa di bra ni bi pen a o ma che o ma dwen e wo nwuma ahoduam na ade akwa adwindwin mu wo bisa wo nyame wo bo wo a wo de wo tu asase iso sa na nyansani ye na ade ba obi a wo de nafu ene nam no obi de senati e wo na ti kwase yodom ye no sa ni akon ya na woni ahoto sa ni akon wo hunu oni akon na wo de aduane mana wo hunu na ne yam hihye no fi se wonim nia oni akon ba be mana ye o se ya untimi na Sister, once every day we use that 10 no when you know what you can call for no. We go home call for no we are 10 now go home unchia. She mo be there this say. Wo mu nyina ye MPP for party for nkwaya. Sa nkofo ya nanse ya na Akufo do so mu begu mu no. Omu bia no. Go and check their background. Na be mpese me fa ho. Because o fa na dia dwi bi tu nkofo trim. But unfortunately, mo anomaye I was here fa ho. Na ye hwe munchi, ye hwe munchi a ene ye behu nie ntia mo ye ne mo ye. Munchi na kire ne ntia mo ni abra mo ye mu paymaster adwuma. Benso anka inukure kamu a mu paymasters yen Ghana for yen Ghana for yen ye mu paymasters. President Akufo Addo de wo ye papa bia wo begina ye nim ka kire say boy adwuma no obetima ye. Any man of boy adwuma so mehwe man so. Etu ono no evie 9 pa no wo. After evie 9 wo ko but Ghana for no de ye ye wo ho afebo. Toko no tie me. And I may not call level be within the spiritual and physical realms. 2 months here, okay. Listen, you don't owe anyone.
Power the fan.
What did you make no? You don't owe anyone. And you are here and say, Yamina fan so ma wejuma. Sasa. And yet you be can was away yet. Near what you say, you know, yet. A bit of money as some about 2 speaker and him. Speaker and 2 go. What say? Me kwadwe ho aba mo ma me 2 days. How many days? Okay, I said 3 and not 2 days. 3 days I said 2 days. 2 days I go bia my kokwe ya de betu na nim. Oh, that's where the board me yana me mo na pam wabo and adam yesa and na say esa no ya tira so nante so ache mo said ye nante ni sitie amoda muntimi na no esa na my kokwe twaye no eno an ye nam so yi wadwa one adebaye but speaker right honorable abon backben was it mama nafuo mienu asemiensa na me fon kwa adwindwi mu na no kra do na titafo ye NDC for no kra do on say na papa yi wa kwa dwini hu se da adwen se na wo ye se de ene we nya asem bia ye montungu a edie na besi. So that is someone who is fair minded. Obi a wo be take decision a wo hunu ba bi o de befa. But mo amugu aseni bia no kamia yese mi sisu bio read my lips mo monitor you and conform mo kick and conform ho nsem read my lips me say kamia yese you are becoming predictable. It appears as though you are becoming predictable. Obi di assemble to monima obi betima predict one have mo ya bet in the Ghana judiciary e go to bet ya dey mu a there be a man for be cash out. Because mu twako afabi and anya me nko na make asem way na no mo ankasa mo Albert Kandapa we national security minister wo be ka asem way se ba se de musidi asem e wasani bia mu twako fabi na safa na mu twako no e problematic tie wono ankasa nanum asem.
A judicial system that works. If you do not have a system, a judicial system that works, many people will simply take the laws into their own hands and misbehave and do what they want. Therefore, in trying to manage the security situation, it is important for us that we do get a judicial system that works. And we are all lucky that in the sub-region, we are perceived as a country where the judicial system works and where you could expect justice. If the interpretation of the law is tilted so much in our favor all the time, people will start accusing the judiciary and will not have the confidence that they need.
It is a maybe a temono, a trabaya famua, power, a man for Besha said, you monsa, atnetne. Mwa se ni biatwo the bedroom maybe omunya chidi ewo mumu wenya mensem we ye honorable Kandapa nanu masem eno no makyerɛkyerɛ mu ewo twi kasa amoate na wabra honorable Kandapa kasa wodi atu tirim no Kwame Minkah onia emperifo miensa bi eka ye wo TV3 the odi kan eye honorable Hassan Suhini wo boni de ani wi a no ma me lawyer Martin Pebu we are now the professor plus for example e de appear so yanko.
The injunction, not the substantive issue, still stuck there. No urgency whatsoever is demonstrated on those matters. But every single case that the executive have shown interest in relation to the work of Parliament that has gone before the judiciary has seen expedited action. And in most cases, action favorable to the government. Alfred, and people say we should not think that the judiciary is beginning to seem and act and look like an extension of the executive, and that when you do that, you are endangering our democracy. But their actions that makes it clear that they are beginning to look like an extension of the executive does not endanger our democracy. I mean, are we being rational? That is why the lawyers will tell you that justice is not enough for justice to just be done, and that it must be seen to be done. And so when it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, you cannot convince a layman, a layman that is a miniature. It obviously is a duck. And let me tell you something. The question that Atefa and others haven't been answering is what were they seeking to to serve on the speaker? What were they seeking to serve on the speaker? Before
that question.
Yes, what were they seeking to serve on the speaker?
The injunction.
Injunction not to do what?
Which was rendered moot by the speakers,
Not to do what? I mean, clearly, an action had to be taken, and we know about the separation of powers. Okay. If you have an issue with an action that is taken by the executive, you cannot injunct, for example, you cannot injunct the executive from doing business. And let me tell you the absurdity. Me, I'm not a lawyer. But you see, I was just looking at the Constitution. I see that you want to wrap me up. I was just looking at the Constitution. Article 78(2). Article 78(2) says that the president shall appoint such number of ministers of state as may be necessary for the efficient running of the state. This is an action that is reserved for the executive.
People were not happy. So you see that, knowing that, hey, now people are getting up, and so you're beginning to erode their confidence in the justice system, I would have thought that they would have gone slowly. You see, you can come to the same decision, but it's how you go about it. Let the other side come. Because look, the key thing we should ask ourselves is that between yesterday afternoon and Monday, that's the last day they could have sat on this matter, what was going to be irretrievably spoiled was the irreparable harm. You can't just write in one sentence, we appreciate the urgency. Hey, is that so? Look at the sentence.
Yeah, that's the order.
We appreciate the urgency and special circumstances presented to support the filing of this application. The urgency and special circumstances lie in the effect of the impugned ruling, which include, then they go on, depriving the four constituencies that the said MPs presently represent, namely, blah, blah, blah. The said four constituencies much harm. So let's say, let's use the typical example. Let's say Apedo has gone into Evans land and is building. So he's saying that, hey, if it takes even 3 days, the way he's building day and night at breakneck speed, by the time we get in, maybe he would have roofed it. So because of that, Evans can go ex parte before the court, so that if the court assesses all the evidence and thinks, yes, this is a good case, then the court will grant him an ex parte injunction or order, depending on what he wants. It's not only an ex parte injunction. It can also be the stay of execution that the Supreme Court granted yesterday. So the key thing we need to analyze is the urgency of the matter. How urgent is it? And when we say urgent, so what is being destroyed? What harm is being caused in the interim? Yes. So when you bring that to the instant case, as far as I'm aware, Honorable, you may correct me. I understand Parliament is resuming on the 22nd.
Tuesday, yes.
Tuesday. So it means that yesterday, today, tomorrow, Monday, no business in Parliament, right?
Yes.
So where is the urgency?
They said, oh, you are dancing an Onapo song. If I am dancing Onapo song, enyumuyada yensa. Common campaign hit song. Common danceable campaign hit song. You've not been able to compose. And if somebody has composed a music and somebody is dancing, that automatically makes him a member of the political party that used that campaign song. Does this thing make sense?
Listening.
And so I'm telling you, you see, you can do all manner of things to divide and to break the front of some labor unions, but not UTAG. We are still on strike. You can go to hell. We are still on strike. But
so a normal would do a mabbo no. Said baby I drew. I yet to me. Yet to me no. Say bibia. And they are forgetting say to me no a Ghana for na dema more. And a normal no more yen on Zuzan sono a bar a Ghana for no so and a bar. So Ghana near what to baby and ne a memo 1020 I want you to baby a dray. Now yes I do way ever pay a soro. Ya better masadia we see. Or try yen never call Mrasabe Fie. Who says here where they are? Some Mrasabe Fie your public gallery. Ya kwa ho. Ni akwa ha ni ebe koso. Ana o try ya to ya zafre nyina. Ye nyina ya kwa ha ni ebe koso. E o Mrasabe Fie. Papa bisu na osofo di no kam. Osofo Pastor Robert Moti. Yes. Womo our youth forum. Emma NDC amanyoko no. Youth forum. Anope ye ni omo ba bedi nkomo. Titiri wo ni esi wo Mrasabe Fie. Ene ni omo waka fa ho. Medical dia tuga ye nyina ekọ Mrasabe Fie. Osofo so obekọ.
Adam tina menko. Maye krado se mekwa ma me man Ghana. Ene me constituency ya. Aya the North Ayawaso. Honorable Alhaji Yusuf Jaja Edayano.
That's right.
Ene in Sawansuhum constituency. Philibert Salom Fume Edano.
Okay.
Aya adia aha on my Ghana. Ene amutina fo nyina. Se ne ekoso no enye nti mebodom na medom bede machi ochina ye bebodom pem ewo mmehye badwamu eho.
But obi beka say quarter temu no quarter we yi aten na we yi aten ne de senka Supreme Court de ne obeye bia no eto chen mamra bia e wo my Ghana adentina yangugu ye ho na yenhwe emma de court na aka no enye adwuma. Osa no obi beka
you on batumi aka but enya on my Ghana na agi atom awo se wote no hunu se saa nkrofo na wote ho agina saa asem so no eye on my Ghana ma na epa won de si ho ena on mampanyin ade ne tumi ade won kotena saa agua no so.
That's right.
Na mo nia mebesa wote yase ne se on my Ghana ya ade ba akopɛ ayewo yampasa ade foforo bi ebesi enunti ye kotag bagbi achi ochina ama oman Ghana ne wiase nyina ati ehono se nia ekoso no ye ne nye ho ne ye mpenso ne ye nyemonto ye nyintomo so se saade ebekoso esa ne se wo MPP breso wo 2019 ko yam papa Mike Okoye agina so ayebi yantibri bia na aden na gbagbin ekoye na ebeba asemi
abanyo se NDC kwan omo fa so ede oye ne abre oman no papa bisu ni abanyo makin adwen sana minority leader na eka
apenti na menyi afenyo makin be adwen. I mean, to be frank with you, all along before what you see afenyo makin as the leader or whatever it is, I'm putting up my aswakam because that particular guy in question me who there or you be although that leadership to be frank with you
I didn't know that.
oh yeah dadaba
Sensei
the position now onya no it is true Kufua or also sooner no obey. To be frank with you, or deserve that position. And tell you maybe some that my friend Markins. No, don't ask me any question.
And Japan India. It doesn't show leadership.
On show leadership. Right there.
Or
greed, selfishness, as against the majority of suffering Ghanaians. Until this time around, pen that this thing should happen. Call school. I'm not you.
That's right.
What chance? Separation of powers. Executive, the legislature, and the judiciary. The obia or nitum order ya do ye.
And a lane odi.
O bandana. This time around. You would have there. It's in the Yakada here and this youth forum. First, my chair is Excellency John Mama.
More fire.
And all the constituents are near PC4, especially I also Central, Raouf, Amasama, said them Afeyon. Oh, let me show. Yakade, the country, man, Ghana Day, or Yar, on the Nana, Adu, no administration. Say a kind. These are some of the things I can. Ghana year under Nanado's administration. What 10 BBA upside down? I bet you know that about Obandam. Why?
Institutions
just because of our friend then, what will remain in power at all costs. And now obey all the e-levy type of a baba, betting tax of a baba. Now this time, that Akonyan, the NDC in parliament, since a majority in parliament, we have a chance to obey e-levy. The betting tax
and the COVID
and the COVID levy. What's they be 1 pen? No, I call court because when him there, Nanado, what pack no coffee court one.
It was trying in a call.
Yeah, we are going there. Yeah, call and to be frank with you, in back Honorable Bagwina, the Speaker of Parliament. Don't man fun in Zago cry.
Sasa because so far one kasa yo. One more one can watch why you call.
No. That man, the man, me, I've been watching, studying him for quite a long time. Let me get to Masa. The win of NDC in 2008, no, him there, no. As at that time, what a friend then, what's the name? Minority leader.
Okay.
Okay. See the fireworks?
Yeah.
Oh no. When it comes to the law, or him law and power.
As I say, we're a speaker.
Or you're a speaker. Yes, or you're a speaker. Whether you're a speaker or not, I want to make sure no. The law, or him law no. And before we make the pronouncement, he knows what is going to happen. Or him MPP4, just like I know MPP4 from their forefathers, UP tradition. That's how they are. Abandon Busia no time no. Busia or your prime minister this time now. At that time no. Nanado ni papa. Or your friend then
ceremonial
president. Yeah. Until about Apollo, what do you call it? Is it 607 or so? Yeah. What the case be by and also don't penny. Onu Busia, prime minister at that time. Anytime Bia when they have a chance, they think that Bibi Obeka be a fact. Now when say free different places, but also know what they are wrong. I get to my point. Which yeah, accept apart from all the take it. There was the Constitution, 1992 Constitution. Also, look, anybody can join a political party. But a joint political party now, I get to my point. It's only one political party. That's the Constitution. Obia has the right to join any political party. Choose one political party. You don't have the right to choose another one under the Constitution. That's for ordinary people, crapo. There's a master Jenny. man, also this time around, is no longer going to contest on the ticket of MPP, but is going independent. It means that what can them know?
Where you know what?
Where you know?
On one side, you know
what? Until when Bagman usher dinner, also no. We follow the 1992 Constitution. I have the right to tell you people there. You are pretending to be, friend then, belonging to MPP. Because what I declared there, you are no longer in MPP. So why should Abetin or them entertain you to still be in parliament? Asako. So therefore you have to leave. Therefore you have to leave.
No, Tobo, Osofo me do bebe mo bisi wo de ani si na wo nua ba ko no abekan ho ntentem no ochanyambo based on the winim at the first speaker of parliament no e dey giraye na wo susu say obesi.
I must be frank with you. I mean Gbagbe is going to stand firm on the ruling now we put across.
Power FM.
He's going to stand on Penkrama, our friend. Then what the anonymous 5 for worker there or no, he has no right to. No. It is interfering in what they call it. The work of the. I think that make us now. So Bagbin is standing firm. Tomorrow, I know Bagbin the way out. The way I dance. No, on Casa too much. But on make some pronouncement be he knows what he's talking about.
Okay, Bisu me do ase ho. Me ema onua so embeka nkomo no na me die de ono so worka e de fa asem ya ye de hu komo but also for me ba on chain no. Ochina ye expected yen.
Ochina ye be sene se nyame e de kan kasa awo parliament ne de dawo. Na ye hia dompa ochina. Se be pue pa na yakota the
honorable Agboja governance kan no ana wode ehun kokobon nsem etudwa say watete asrafo bi etetete mfichire ho ene no ho kro no ba no sasa no tin ebo hu e de adwen ne besi wotrim
ambo me ho a ekire se esida wo parliament ho oyini ne etoso mienu a ereba besi a wo mu hu ehun emframa eno ntino amanya won say wo ya asrafo nti wo de won tade na ba huna ye yempese oye na bi betu ewo Ghana ha eno nti ye pa asomdwe ende so mo pa asomdwe da won kan kire asrafo no say eho no enya okobia won de ne say wo be patantokwa no on be gina yan hia ahoro no so wo oman na mo na ne be mu no o ma se no kwan o mo ye ne sa be bo aye
gabi o tre da ko so de to the social media na wo de afutuo ma say one de ka ono nko a mo me entra ma oye na bi ansi empanifo na wo mra se bedwa fie no mo ankasa mo ntra se na mo nto ato adwene na mo mpa asem no pomasi bre say be ya enkofa basabasa yobia ema e de na gabi pa kire
yo am say gabi ahu Ghana dachi ni amrante na mama wo sin difo esene say onyame ehonhom awo nipa biere mu eno nti nyame kasafa nipa mu eno nti abere biara nyame honhom besane no e kasafa nipa no mu eno nkyira se nipa no ye komshani ba nyame honhom sane a komsha tumi ba fa niempo a onya nyame pa so
okay
eno nti nia okan no e nokure won wo se mrante na maba wo ho aye hyehyehe okomde won adwuma ni ho eno nti na okasa se mrante ne mama abodompima wo padwuma ne niema bebre ayo anante se yan hwani ya muma yantie niemfa enhye oyomo se ne be ya nia okan no atumi agina
power
okay man for opanyi wodi bi o
Bishop James Kofi
enkomo me ya sure so wodi achi mama ntie de won so work afa ho ni esi wo mrase bedwa fie no
you see MPP no say issue and your favor if the thing doesn't favor them omumpe bibia na koso no omumpe say it should favor them
but we say it's a matter of the law
no
wanti bibia say what ya komra asenibia akwaji nchechemu mra semana
my brother say MPP wa power mu a enye law eye takashin kwa o enye law hwe ayawa so west wagon hwe 2020 murder case
Techiman South
Techiman South na recently some mamobi shootout court ana attorney general oniha
so
say MPP wa power mu a enye law so sisi ye NDCU forum ye best sending warning ama MPP 4 ana members of parliament, especially the now minority, MPP minority. This year, omuye minority. Omuye minority. They have to accept success this year, omuye minority. Because say NDC time, now assembly has happened. They will never like say they should still remain minority. Say, a good for Ganda, a good for goose. Anamebua. Ghana no, a yenina yamai. And yet MPP for Kwa yamai. So, this year, me, I'm telling all the youth say, we cannot remain quiet again. We cannot remain quiet.
Ghana mabunu. My kayanuntum. Yes. Yanya day.
See, right now, no.
Ebiana say ye mubi ekeka omo ya chu makoto afiase.
See, military no. Military command no. They should hear say, sir, obodan for business no. They should stop. They should stop. MPP Nana Dodankwa. The president Nana Dodankwa Kufuado. Anna Bawumiano.
Power the fan.
On my they should tell them say, sir, nonsense no. They should stop. They should stop.
Okay.
Parliament no. A representation of the people. Says a parliament can say, this is how the thing is, or this is how their laws work. They should relax and make sure say laws work. There was separation of powers. There were checks and balances. Now, all those things, they help for judiciary to function, parliament to function, executive to function. Say MPP's time, institution now, but this time we are not going to allow them.
But also, the way dear seminal partial court. I mean, in less than 24 hours, not justice Abba. And as a Timu, Abba, not justice, but Timu.
Na Prince. Adia Bakwa. Adia Bakwa me say Ghana for Etienne say. Sa adia esi entwakura. Entwakura. Entwakura kura. Ensese kono sa kura wo yemman mo. Na tell say osabi na wotwa to ho. Omu twa sebi. Enam se bra eri sisan ekoyi. Esa se yanam kwanso de now. Ye nice Kena kwano so, ye du Kena, ye du pona no. And so omu yesa se sisan eba na se ekoba wonso a won kai. So omu twa sebi to. Na yamma ho kwan. Masade no so.
Okay. You didn't come on here. Papa miss you. You had to be chat for.
Eyima. Fact in there. Them Supreme Court no. What is happening? Those two on my. So, for instance, Sir for him, Eka Sir.
Yeah.
Santo Free, Abofum, Lolobina, Lipefo. Don't you rest for Parliament? What the case no
power the fan.
Same argument to Suna. Omu making in there. Say go for Kwe. Yamo ya de atemo bi saba. Omu nya representation of Parliament.
I don't really get it. Ghana under Nanado is very sick, and there is a need for the other original. LGBTQ case, some judge in court. What are they doing about it? Why then? Now this particular one, at once, one my judgment. Under 24. What do you mean by that? You can't just suppress us. Want to suppressing. We are tired of this. Enough is enough. Other original waka. This time around, more chance to look. May catch road there.
NDC Youth Forum.
NDC Youth Forum, and Ghana for. We are going to join together and make sure there. Man coffee. Unsuppress your view
into Ochina
or China, your Parliament House to go and see to it that the right thing is done. Pen crowd, we wouldn't allow this thing to be going on because I've been there anytime BMP for they want to just be suppressing and not casa. Your casa, what's it like you rightly said? What's it? A kaka coups there, they don't say coup. Man can't ever coup asem. Now, I've been in a pedal the coup bagana. Meanwhile.
Very well.
This fact.
Very well. Yeah, Breno, I a bill. The bear say some other time no engagement way at Waswa you bet me other areas but my time no kopa I will say you move on na and no man hodwa so
but Anka, we want Ghanaians to know that within the week the NDC Youth Forum you better come out with press conference and we invite you to come along.
Very well. Press conference you try you cover. Yeah, that's it. As always. Mami ko Abrimpo tentem na Abrimpo tell so the all man hate you.
Kwame aka 47 days pepepe na oman Ghana ebo modern ato akoso na yakwakọ to aba e de yo man pani foforo oman Ghana mu a no TVSYZ na fe power 97.9 FM ya bo modern sa abre bia no ye de nkyiremu ebeba ne ye de aba be kire atiefo ne ahwefo nyina niema bia esisi pen wo bra ye to aba going forward into this year's December 7 January elections no then the beti aba kwa me na be ko magic war no ho e wo screen shows na de ye wo de matiefo ne ahwefo nyina no ya sha se na ya kirikire kwa me so wo hwa election focus voting intentions of combined regions Kwame global info analytics and one de sa in Twihwemu abomodin ababedum oman Ghana cumulative results of voting intentions across selected regions inti Kwame blocks ni bi regional blocks ni bi ni yakeka bom ana sabe ye de sa ensemi eba na ababe ose overall voting intentions from a recent post na say ya post a global info analytics o ma say ya no and ye hwe ni we ye overall regions o mu ye nyina no nipa afie won beto aba mo voting intentions party ana mampani o person o monto aba ma no ana mo di nchechemu mu ba nti Kwame say hwa His Excellency John Dramani Mahama leading with 53.1% or representing Green Line no what up now for Alhaji Muhammadu Bawumia 39% voting intentions of Ghanaians afie on beto aba to share blue one afie Alan Chemati 1.7% afie Nana Kwame Bediako 5.2% and other political parties put together and so 1%. Kwame, so we share analysis here and as a policy, global info analysis one of the about recently here. Let's just say yet Nana Kwame Bediako or Guinea Grand Spa, especially our new voters and our new generation now. One more ben Kwame your overall voting intention from recent polls to be not just say John Dramani Mahama and Ogusu leader. Voting intentions of swing regions Kwame swing regions we and then me person me chire mu pa na omo ti ase yes swing region Kwame swing regions near central region western and affair greater Accra region na abribia Ghana beto aba no so we share previous elections ya o man Ghana mu a abribia obibia o presidential candidate and oba be mampani o man Ghana ha obelidi e wo these three regions I find swing regions ayakabo mu o man Ghana mu ano direct say ye to aba na obetimi edinkunim Kwame recent ones ya nyina na His Excellency John Dramani Mahama lady na the ababetom se si ano still His Excellency John Dramani Mahama LED 57% and yet the highest ever polls on my year what this swing regions are presidential candidates are going forward into the elections no when ya ebi see my presidential candidate be His Excellency John Dramani Mahama for the first time on my Ghana mu and a swing regions e kabobu no when you 57% afi Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia 33% Alan Kwadwo Chemati 2% Nana Kwame Bediako was 6% and afi other political parties put together and so 1%. Kwame yanto nkoso ni ehwe account regions no baku 8 and the abum to hwe Ashanti Eastern Central Western North Bono ahafu anafe Bono East and a global info analytics ekoye sa nhwehwe mu no Kwame ye ho nso kasa 8 regions account regions ni nyina bom a His Excellency John Dramani Mahama leading with 47% afi Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia 43% Alan Kwadwo Chemati 2 afi Nana Kwame Bediako 7 and other political parties one na Kwame sa account regions in Kabribia no omo ye post na ABP amanyoko no ana Abribia no odasoro na nko lead na so afia wey 2024 elections aye kom no post ababontin His Excellency John Dramani Mahama lead with all these account regions yakabon Kwame ye hwe northern regions the 5 northern regions northern northeast upper west na face savannah so Kwame His Excellency John Dramani Mahama 57% ye can 5 regions in Naboma to share chart and so ɛna ho a wɔde colours indicate green di ama John Mahama afei Dr. Mahama de Bawumia wɔ 39%, Alan Kojo Twematin wɔ 1, Nana Kwame Minkah wɔ 2, and afei other political parties put together ɛwɔ 1% a afei wei yɛ kɔkɔto aba voting intentions of Ghana for a wɔn bɛbɔ wɔde yɛtumi akɔkɔto aba wɔ afei wei mu no global info analysis abɔmɔden ayɛ saa ahwehwɛ mu yi na ɔde aba bɛdom atiefoɔ ne ahwɛfoɔ nti Kwame yɛn nna nɔpa nso nea yɛwɔ ɛde som atiefoɔ ne ahwɛfoɔ ana yɛde ba bɛsom wɔn ɛwɔ DwaboAse ntonton sansan dwumadie so.
Rempɔn eti anya nwanwa ne ehu yɛ ɛwɔ korɔwɔ lɔjɔkuku ladade kotopɔn ɛna ablekuma south ebra his excellency John Dramani Mahama na prɔbɔ no ekopie mu wɔ hɔ nyina and in fact kwale klote de jayo na ye piso ebra Dr. Zaneto Ajima Rollins and then Dombeshia his excellency John Dramani Mahama and then run so wo aye banteman peswa so ye the videos no betra mo abra ye kwa anim o behwe banteman peswa so said ya manfo atitano na city amanfo pu eba abonten eba hwe owura samegyamfi and afen so aye Dr. Castella to force na to se bibia aye kama pa so pause no nyeka no eno ne yasase a yehunu wabra probo ahodo we aye banteman peswa so ne asiye ebra NDC for eba abonten atitafo ahodo a yanim baabi omu free ye edi omu baji mu beka ho se omutie NDC for ensema omu woka ene chairman sanyina so suppose ne ekire an NDC winner na nietia amana basa no ena ye guso a ye re kire mo na buso ye nyina we so ye fa ye tonton sansan no ento apa hwi
amani ya maya ayo enyo ya ne wom ye peso bia ba DwaboAse bi na asem bia wo bia mu oka na me mani ye kunsum ye mfa mu mai motrobodo ye mfa mu mai mosempa.
Power 97.9 TV XYZ. Let me just say a year Franco Trading Enterprise. Uba wura Mashia Yawana. On Sabetimaka a year phones. Papa air condition papa your friend Franco air condition and a smart TV. I bet for TV. Obetua show me check on Ghana for baby almost tono. Ebu obetua from more 0555 939311 and a 02464 22338 Franco Trading Enterprise. What that's why your phone papa PFA. And weekend we said yes yeah piece. I mean about campaign trail now. Oh my goodness. Fifiada besi kwasiada. Afa Ghana fa nanyinara. Titru nkran Ena Kumasi. Oh, jai. Agrago Vidako.
Kwam.
Bantama. Oh.
Honway green.
Peter, Mr. Bantama. Oh.
Edom green.
Peter MC Bantama.
Fatum.
Bantama.
Fatum.
Bantama.
Fatum.
I say, baby, NDC. Franka no one. MPP Zudia or Hobio. What shall you last say Moses Breno? Ebra Moses Puma ne dane wawano. Mini Faro Modiano. Sana Franka ya mimi MPP for the yo. Na she domino.
Kwame Nyezo.
E dom na mini MPP asansu de ni nyinara.
It is who MPP kra.
Bantman yo.
This is MPP World Bank. And NDC 5 hours ano.
Asansu watch hono. And Kwame, where a Kofi broke man. Gabi, I'll be quite going to Bontia talk. And I did 2 minutes by my wall. I'm off one in here.
And I love the fact that every day, not weekend, every blessed day, Ubeko Ghana Fana Yinano, you feel the NDC presence.
One prof never.
Kwame say easy. Baby biara obeko biara.
Wow.
Ubedu hono.
Wow.
Let's obe feel NDC presence. And as NDC sent no hono. Kwame, to your bottom. Beside for Tatima North, when Chiana, Bibiani and Rasu Bekwae, and I said Gomwa, and I said Hifa.
Let us a man for Riataso.
What do you call your new job in
Wakam?
Wow. Miss Nano new job in Kuforidia. Now Honomukrabo and Katina Reno. Hey, a good phone what is a or Bifu Jenana Bokwadima and Honomo say, my uncle.
Wow.
Mr. Wangakasa Figuano to Begina Ho. Say, I say, yes, you know, what's a cabibri.
Okay.
And a prof no Pokwadima team no by force I was say stop it.
Wow.
And come a young say.
And I know I've been to His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. What one crime Bumbuni Mantema say what a free a year crow war pussy Lajokuku almost said that Dum Caniano. Nana man for Adrian say, oh, you Dum Caniana a beshete. A year dump him no. And one a dump him in a bibber cow. No, and almost so on phone, sir. A cania, sir. And a woody general would eat His Excellency John Mahama.
Wobetino,
never felt qua.
Wobetino, essence of the 24-hour economy, Baba. Ma Mebubenya Jumaye. We are no so to Intenga. What the National Women Development Bank, Baba, and Mia Benya Busia from Ainsi Humbian, and which is no college of Kuku Honma, Benayiku Honma, or your project I'm a Mafono. Wow. 18 any dance is you a Mafono, one at the NDC policies.
Colloquial tells you the jay.
Senator Dimarales, Mrs. and I know Saturday across out Yaso. Yeah, aside say Gedi and Bio Saturday or the health screening, as she says, more for Muada Black. Wow. 80 Nima NDC Fuyano, and this is our Derebano, and Una Namsua Ama Huabo or Mafu Numubia, Sabre one I say, Uko Bibrim a Prematamo, a Bebuya Wobu. What's only your cronfo, and ya sem now no area semna. A son on him saw your cronfo, none in your berry man, I walk out into the Bios young court. Any young court, yes, young court and grat anymore. Come here, I'm for court, you're going gratis, and then grataneka. Kwame, that's the daily post, I'm the Befias in Nano pay. Now, a ja. Yeah. Our Donima and Ninanum or Taya Libya and Efe. Peter Mpacho for Daily Post for to Sumami. Daily Post Ediamani Bobiaba. Now opening our Daily Post and Nimno. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Wow. Come
if we year fair. Shabofrano done a selection. Abofrano done a selection. Lovely. And was Sabofrano Mukama. Lovely. Let us a Ghana Dachi Kran and say, oh, Rade. Traso. Eti
Ose Mahama. Asha Bosi. Obesi. Mofra Yarisabia, Impa, Maku, 500 a boom.
Ayarisabia, Mofradia. Empa mako say
500 mofra o.
Wow.
Nya mpanyifo di o. Mpanyifo di ne separate o. Mofra nkuto no wanga yaresa bia empa mako 500. No obesi dia ma wo e won kranha. Se ne bia mofra yi wo ho dodo won ye betimi di wo makọ. Akọ dia yarhwe. Kwam na busumi aye wo so nim se busumi aye nga yesi ho se ye nuanom mmia no won fa ko check won no fomu kokram. Hwe NDC manifesto. Professor Jena no Poko Ajiman, baby Biara Bekono, Kobo Muse, or say Yenuanum Mie, a son send this one Shema, Edima Musanya, one kitten, NDC Babema, Mukwaya Sabia, Okwa, free, Etimuko, not Pokia, Mumpokiano, Kukrama Betum no phone, Mammy Cheremwe, TV Nissunia way. And no for no moon come near my side. Oh, yeah, it's a meeting. I've been here. What Professor Jenano Pocadi was a Ghana Mian, no moon. Namuko check him breast, no. Let's be a cancer, be a betoma. Etimisha, Nandis in Suba. Also, Mingantra must say, Saya running in a Mukwaya Sabia, Okwa, AFD. Wow. So, it's a year, pa. Eti bomoding ko ayarsa.
Na say what daily post no NDC nhihye ba ko a ebetu aboa mmofra no no ba ko na da ho no.
Da ho no. Ase fufra de aba no. Ono ba gboja. Yeah. Ohun kokobo no de ama no. Oso china. Sa asrafu nim abangini no de asrafu ba eyi Ghana mrahye begwema. Eni wo betepe. Enti wongate nhihye ene se fetri mo power bang no wo. Ase fufra na no pay daily post de aba no. Madam Lordina Mahamani Foundation no. What the ayarisa anase ayarehwe mu niama akoma eye ayarisa bia ba ko a ewo eye fragmentum. Kwam NDC woni abamu na se Mrs Mahama your position nipa mpo oye niama bi se na obi a wa abamu ye bisa no we santimantem na say Madam Rebecca na your be a whole government achievement.
Madam Rebecca so nye government appointee aban man adwuma bia
aban man adwuma
yento no so aba bia
Debbie
we first lady aban man adwuma wait say di kura be mampanyi eti na owo sa akonya no odi hu den so ari ase na obi anji akwa bibia eno ya ban achi
eno aban Kwame Minkah so comment Herald na medru sabre o chem say Ghana's democracy caught up in a game of thrones as MPs and Supreme Court judges tussle over rule of
law. Ochira de besi ochira ye nyina ekọ parliament ye kwa akọhwe ne besi
and Vivian come just come and
Bagby
oh Bagby no lovely. Come here at the BM. Say 8 police officers allegedly beat and injured a Baka Vomawo in police custody. The Herald na about terms a police fu makoma gwa wotwe wo susu se wo bro yenua Oliver Vomawo ba koda go tire
police enye nokre onso omunye bibia asa
na Oliver na beka na asem
na yede na Oliver na kai it is say either say abaji Oliver di na say abaji post for na di why na abaji na di
ayo Yoko staff bust for COP Mamitiwa sparks controversy
another one another one
na sa adi we awan akoye
no can it no monte mami ti wa do danko a woda yoko ano was say na djuma yefo akosi honyini o
yo
asa Nebukadnezar ne bi yakosi honyini edi amano ada ya omo say ne modern so ani
ewo yoko ho na mami nyo no beka kire se mofu awan ayira wotakrade nge hu wo
sabre no osi adi no yi oni
yoko oko yoko no ejumadi potin bang na wedi abu aga na funti a won akoye sa
wo bisa ejuma fo no beka
komwa
and also
state institutions na won sisia babia no MPP annex anasi dey
mami ti was me na minim da me dem ti me hanse yes eti omu si no wa hu
A+ benya no
no omu si no wa hu nu
whole yoko like this
office
a security like installation like yoko
and obi fa ho wan no ko
see that way
what that wa hu what the mama sound
wait
Well done.
That's how we do this.
Well done. Congratulations. Well done. Well done.
It's a security installation like Yoko. Can you imagine? And a whole chief executive officer. What do you say? It's imagine say prepare what did the Baba sell on my ya? Who's only more? What do you kakafru? Hey! Mwa omayim enya nwa nwa Kwame was say daily graphic te una me face o chem say Supreme Court in sensem no NDC kokos na parliament wo say there be one take cra Supreme Court jina bia we say no wo mo de wo mo take cra kwam na nip wo say wo ba ba kubi Ghana mebun 100,000 youth with vocational skills.
Charlie, I got 2 months. Kwame, boss and yati abre.
Oh dada ye.
Obwa.
Odo fufre DFO na yo. Oh dada ye.
Oh dada.
Kwame me fesi na joda. Umar drop beni o tie me and my money dey Umar na no pay me chiao.
Yeah jo so.
Lovely
Umar baby a be a chiao. Any taxi drivers ni truck drivers ni nyina. Uber drivers ni nyina yeda mu nyina ma se. Akra covid akoya da say let's talk educational consult. Ne dwumadi a wato ne din educational time bomb. Ni bra ni nie madam time bomb e ba ji akonya obetena se wo ba cheche no ma yen awofo ye ya ebedi aboa ye ma no. Yen acheche for no ma ye ya ebedi aboa ye ma no. Eti edu dwada se ya daje ni posokra. Madam time bomb e ba e de san cheche no. Ebre sisi e anope ya e we DwaboAse wa power 97.9. Yakwae. George Hine Joe. Was it Honyini no? Nebuchadnezzar Honyini no.
Education na best investment. Oh, Papa.
Madam Time Bomb, I bet you say. Education na Madam Time Bomb, the only on pay Honyini, only Honyini opa and say, Womano betum pong. O mano, Omutri Bob Bill, no Mabayam Penny Pa, no so ban for so Magana, and we are singing and one with Nama. And I madam. And I will see what you want.
I need a cup of water.
You need a cup of water.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Not to say.
Yeah,
crem.
And I pay good morning to Obibiara Oritehin. Na me appreciate the way freedom wada with even the channel no da wada or yeah XYZ on your power 97.9 FM. Na Eritehin. Mondays to do them na they better side. It's all about education. One from one development. One daching into the better and February. Or from a dietessa ample for aka Madam Time Bomb. Now young pet time bomb no or to put no bottle into no. We need to come every morning. Na anyway busy in como. What's a little drops of water or make a very mighty ocean. Into mighty ocean, me sure that for the past 4 years we've been working on it into go can me assure there or
so say yeah Drew Lake.
Yeah. Thank you.
I guess you loop.
Yeah, when you mean na addition so minim the air pick up a before self as a teacher, as a parent, as a baby and from one education home. Our parents set up school. I hope you've learned a lot. And then so you boss as a papa. My main child let's talk about your cooning in our a church for woman from my parents 1 year Juma, here partners 1 year Juma from Germany, from Italy, from UK, US, Obi Biara Nyeri Juma from Canada, Biarano, and I appreciate one papa. Thank you for coming through, joining hands to help the kids to develop. Now, Obane Dama Neim, the Let's Talk Educational Consultants, yes, building the future through children. And I pay if you share your nature corner or your Let's Talk Educational Consult or what Nungwa Estate. Wabenle Jakoko Municipal Assembly on the Mango Street. The wall is branded with beautiful pictures of Moframa. A number of flags weigh him for Moframa. It's a compound. I mean, you are prepared. Afrabane enter Nenua Beji Nue Busiaze. And we are looking at Afrabane whole development. And to follow him on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Not for him on 0249 069821. 0249 069821. Na any here in common. Now for Obana Brana Yenti Cinema. Yajima from always 6 months to 6 years in a year. One. To for one brand Yenti to one inform. Kwame.
Yes, madam.
And I pay my men dedicated to music inform my grandpa.
Wow.
SST. Samuel Soa.
More fire.
Tema. no, that's I mean, to say, at the Mabo SST, as
Tema,
SST.
Oh, then it's an industrial
Samuel Soa of Tema. And if you mention, if you are looking and watching, Grandpa, good morning. I mean, Apostle Park is him, and now Mincha Obibero supporting. Kwame, do you know that it takes a Afraba every second of their time in development, especially when it comes to trying to gain support, not necessarily you doing things for them. Afraba biari nyina ohia your support. Not you coming in to fill up the solution for them. That is why he will be paying for yes, but enya as a corner and farman. On internet, he will be paying for, but at a point, we are always looking up to somebody. Do bimbe jihen and obimbe yemahen. Sadase. Yankasi etna we feel we can't do it. Obi embrambe yemahen. And even sometimes not seeing it wild as Africa, we always feel like Obi no betu me feature no wa beji henefi problem bia ye wo me one problem na happen ya set am ye
no one I Kwame Minkah.
Yes, and from here number from mama no he entertain no ya lack especially with providing the solution for the children instead of being a support to them. What am I saying? In our world of development, when it comes to more from, I mean, then naturally when you go to somebody a quarter that probably to honest or yada a pede a boa friend more in time because as button won't here and that's what the dad don't to me lace shoe keke and then to me and pour you soon fit a cup moon to another cup. You can't be into me and carry baby from an end to an end into a teacher won't hear a peda from no real knock of fazen. But you see, when Yankopon wisdom, the man can no child for Banny there. They can do it. Like they if they push hard, if they work towards it, they can do it. That is the thin line between I feel there we should always look up to somebody and those who feel that they should do it and they can do it. That's why Obi set up no catch one day. I want to do this, I'll do this. That person becomes extraordinary. You see one day what I told you these people do for them to be extraordinary. They push themselves. Whilst we always we want the support. Obi teacher, baby said there. But maybe I'm a barrier as well. Pedobeka, the mommy, please do it for me. Mommy, please do it for me. The child is telling you to do it because or feel that you can support in their language as in doing it. And these supports that we give to children is what builds their emotions. To you and I, we know that basic emotions are 8. Some psychologists will even say 7. That is joy, trust, fear, surprise, sadness, anticipation, anger, and then disgust. I mean, now that's what we know. But Robert Plantish today, we have 38,000 emotions.
Wow.
Now, out of them 38,000 emotions, the basics are years betting. And what I'm saying this morning is that you was school, not some more family as a mammy and cado be a slow one. And we fear now probably as a man fan compare with other child there. Maybe we know a very smart. The mad dink at this age, why the dad? Afrobia in the womb was developed differently. Time maybe our business ye beno or bantem or business delay kakran but at the end of the day, as a 9 months to 10 months, and friend why a whole order oba out. So this morning, to every parent, every teacher that you are listening, have it at the back of your mind. If you don't do this, you push the child away from self-regulation. So you can self-regulation happens the ability to understand and manage one behavior and the things around you when it comes to reactions and things to do. You become a manager, but you still want somebody to come and do your job for you.
Wow.
You become a CEO, you still want somebody to come and put the solutions to it for you. You become the head of a school, but you still want somebody to come and do it for you because yenya boterno to push a child to become independent, bold, and to do what they have to do. And Kwame, it has affected us in so many areas in our life, especially so by hand development. Sorry. As parents, you push, you baby, sometimes a throw example if you had there are some of us we've grown, but you miss me, you're lazy in the shoe. There are some of us we've grown, but you miss me, and your man getting get a bit, or the Yama go aside, or bed and chen, a bokoni de Menamana, or the Yamabi and Sana. aside the secretary, it goes into our life. Wow. And so out of this self-regulation, all these emotions that we are building, if you see a white man sebe trying to leave the child to do certain things, or sebe, he is not stupid. Thank you. Sebe on your dump and on your beer on your time today all wasting the time. Another all send him bringing our friend home. That child is developing in a way in Webeka de na maybe na nkotanti na here number from us. So we sit and we are both to say that the mafia of your bay newsbani are different from here number from us. Why? Because says I forgot to order on crawl keke for something in front of them. A teacher who betitum. The piazza man and on finance and fanka, but say Ijan Moy the Madina, they will go to another step. That is the reason why we still have kids in Ghana. They've learned all they've learned, but yet to me develop it as a cripple. They be this is the machine or this is this. Now I know that people are pushing, but in order for us to get them to do it and do it more, no, allow that child to take their time. Even if it takes 1,000 years, they will reach it. They will do it so that all your pain, it will. Obey na brabo for them to forge ahead and go ahead and do all that. And on fa, it made them into me yard into obeying mum. I got a faboy as on to Morisunda, but edgy a man or any yawa. No, I got today like a fabo or yard on tum orisun, but edgy there yamana on pede bay.
Oh, Debbie.
You've never met a child like that.
Debbie.
Come to Let's Talk Educational Consult. You see them. 1 is Afutu, 2 is Euphemia, 3 is the others who follow. In Kunim is part. They are doing the thing on Tuminye Orisun, but on Pede Bejina Yaman. They want you to say something like, I know it's difficult, darling, but I know you can do it. Wow. Let's try it. We can, okay? No, oh, you know to me can the word. I did it. It's a fulfillment, I say.
Accomplishment.
We fulfill a baby in their life. And that is what we are taking. We are stealing it from the kids. We are, if you want to mention. And we always have people who can complete things. Yeah, I'm painful. We can't always complete tasks because we've always had somebody doing it at the end for us. Into this morning, I came as a teacher, as a mother, to tell you that me pocho, as I ye from which is the zeal to do it, the focus to do it, the passion to do it, building their independence and working around with them, self-regulatory and self-emotion through all these emotions that we are talking about. And Mipocho, stop stealing it. Allow them to work with it. Allow them to forge ahead. Let them cry through. They can do it. At the end of the day, they'll be the kind of independent kids we are looking out for. Because Kwame, years ago, 10, 20 years to come, you and I won't have the strength to do certain things. And these kids will take charge. And the kids we are working with, the people I have experience working with, Kwame, oh yeah, you ask yourself into that, all because of the little things we are taking away from the kids. So this morning, Madam Time Bomber say, do not steal it anymore. Allow them to go through it. Go through with them. And Ochnebi, who 7-year-old, who 10-year-old, who 8-year-old, who 12-year-old, who 11-year-old, 15-year-old, though your baby extraordinary. And who there, it wasn't you who took it, you gave it, and that child has worked out to learn, Miss Moabe solve any solution. That's all we are looking for. Building the solution by themselves, not from you to them. Let's teach them the hard way. At the end of the day, obey a soft amon.
As a Chinese Kung Fu teacher. On just say, the easiest way. One kasang, obe krolo, obe nante, obe ya norma, obe ya, also be master, a chain.
That is it. That is why the whites can leave their children between 17, 18, 19 to travel across the globe, knowing that they are safe because they prepare them. Can you live in Kunim to do that? You'll be scared. You can't even sleep because that's what we are doing. And I pay DwaboAse for doing the listening. And call Let's Talk Educational Consult on 0249 069821. You're training teachers. You're educating farmer. You're training parents and so. I better set up school so you're better we are set up as a amount. You have a child who has a challenge. Yes, you're assessing that you are born with according to the learning style, not just anything. It's important. Contact us and let's talk. My mentor is Kwame Minkah, for the lovely gift I've received from you. You know it. So thank you. I appreciate it. Love you, love you, love you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's it. Sika Ventures for. I was your DwaboAse Nipa 97.9 Afenso TVXYZ. Kaisa, let's talk educational consult. Suku Papa Pano Fabal Eko Obi na Okonya entity ya Madam Time Bomb edi abetu ye nimu bi. So mwa be jan kwadano no mwa fo mo kwanso o ma kwanso esua nuoma. What did you make no? Wo cheche ni na nasa penyino. The obe ne se obe guide ya bofra no. It is a guidance no. And over the mama friend no let's talk educational consult. If you much akwan na ewo Techinungwe State, Mango Street from 0249 069 821 0249 069 821. Let's talk educational consult. Also building the future through children. Me who say honorable Amasa Namwale Ewaseya HBA lawyer, yani lawyer, ever be doing command pay. Ever DwaboAse Power 97.9 and a TV XYZ and Comono Ebe Jina Ayam Rasebe Fie Ewonsem Ninsunsu Aswo Esa Ye Trato Ni Ebetima Yania Boye Kabi Mami Kabi Amemo and Hobai. But answer no health alert in Komobia Mene Dokota Edi Nano no. Miesa family ubio. And foot will be what me pesa we free na de wadi bi. Health alert.
Health alert omo ye emane ye fekeke enu ntina nkrofo agyen yan tuma kusu a omo die na abreni na omo so omo kamfu yan kire nkrofo foforo na omo so etutu anam bebra Kwame nkrofo ti o pa o seriously asemfosu for so omo de nchia omo tamu den
asemfosu for me chia
mo anopa bia be hwe na obi atena video sa no mra wo fa ya no mu tie sa na. And then so me pacho yaba dia na health alert clinic ana enen so yaba ababetena eye bra Kwame fidie su a ye no eba betwetwe nkomo dia na ebeye anase sen na wo be fa no wo ebra wa boabu sika no wasie sika ede ato ho se o de ba beye project bi anase o de ba beye dwumadie soronko bi na afei de wo be kom na yade ba ko aba bebo na afei no sa yade no aba beji hunam sika nyina sebe enunti ana ye ba ne se ya ye se entwen ma yade na no enya dene entwen emma yade no endru baabi age se ye gyewoto ayaresabia enunti wo hu signs and symptoms aye boboso a na watutumrika na ode aba health alert clinic na ye di abibidro krojen enye se wo bedru ye no ne ye de abibidro ne ka o me pacho ye examine na me pacho ye hunu se yade na ode aba yade weyi ne di kan baabi yade ni free de toso mienu de kofa ba ye de toso miensa baabi yade ne se wo ni padua nim de toso nan emfie dodoɔ bosomen dodoɔ yade ne di wo ni padua nim na fe ye hunu sese ya yade be mawo na wo so no bibia akwa de ye nyuma panti ene obehu ye o Madina obehu ye o Kasoa obehu ye o Asaman asin fosu obehu ye ho ene nto wo fra me pacho ne ebe mo no na ya director na akọ no fefefe no akọje ayarehwe fa number no na frasisi ya mpanifo ebeje wo so na omo ne wo adi enkomo number no eye 0242 518865 0242 518865 and 0242 518893 0242 518893 into what phone number na wa frɛ no sɛ asimfosu na ɛbɛnwa na ya director na ɔkɔ fefefe sɛ Madina ana ɛbɛnwa ne ya director na ɔkɔ fefefe pokuase na ɛbɛnwa ne ya director ɛyɛ Kasoa anase Asaman ana ɛbɛnwa nso so ne ya director na ɔkɔ bosomi ya some pacho oba wo bun sabra Kwame nei
bosomi no aso atwamo ya tiasi bosomi fufuro
Kwame mo bet obabu ono
July nie
mo obabu ono ma na bosomi e ba be so sen na
Yehowa
emra ne menses e beba no bra Kwame ya na e ya reho obi kwa yetimi tam na koto hospital esa se ya wo na mu no aya na no odene obu okwa ka be 2 days na sebe ne menses na ba no tese pains on no no eye pains a
sano ko kana
na eno na ya na ye me ya bra Kwame ene health alert clinic esan se abrini na no ye pese ye de ayaresa mapa edemre ya manfo ne tino enhwehwe mu na de be ye guso a ye na ye introduce ndrofofra eboa ema sebi oba o menses won sensem enkoyiye no wo ba ne ye de mawa ebekoyiye eno nti wo ba health alert clinic ene oba pa kiki wa bowuram ede aba ede ndrofofro bi aba be ka ho abra Kwame me say wo yo ba now we say o menses no ebe one day na twa 2 days na twa obu ho kwa 1 year on hu ni menses da obu ho no ma 3 years on hu ni menses da obu say e normal enye normal me pa chow wo de tutumrika na bra health alert clinic
eti kiki fan feature ho no wo de nru aba no
uzo hu na che
no eti wakwa aba de dru aba
de na nru no ode aba ne de bra kwa me fe ne tatashe. Wow. Adansi enkrofo di wo health alert clinic efa eye menses ho menstrual disorders ho no enye asem kato me say wo de ode ma no ma direction is we adro we ebia sane 2 ebia num we 2 na de wo di so pepe pa bra Kwame
atete no tubeka
enti me pa cho
na mo to bi mama yere no mu no ma mama no mo to bi mo
sa pepe enti me pa cho sa pepe enti no wo yo ba utie me o hwe me wo se afi wo menses na ba sebe emba yie menses na ba se na wo se ba bia 5 days 6 days and 7 days maybe masa eba 3 days na twa 2 days na twa ne eba ni mpo no me pa cho enka bi die kire utimo se die eba no ayiyi ntoa aye cloth bi se sabi mo ka asay no me pa cho ni nyina yade no tutu me kana de aba health alert clinic me se ndu papa de aba health alert clinic efa menstrual disorders no de me say me so to che e de man bra Kwame no kwari nyame anim ni enduro e wo ho na nyame nsira oba pa kiki sanse wo bawuram na odi sa enduro no e de aba won so so a wo de no eba wo te yaw won so so a won preach de kono eba moja no sabio ni aye tumbi mesira wo ni nyina yade tutumrika na den efa bra health alert clinic na ebaji ayarehwe wo ba na ye menses won sensam dia me pa cho wo da no wo se me kasa nyina me stress sanse me wa kukodru wo ne mi kanim me wa resemu wo ne mi kanim eni tutumrika na dia ba health alert clinic you know mani bio na yentoa so 0242 51 8865 0242 518865 and 0242 518893 0242 518893 yo Medina obehu yo Medina post office bi opposite post office na first Atlantic bank na chi hono mo a na health alert clinic ye wo oba Pokwase so Pokwase bus stop udi o si Pokwase bus stop a for when it chat said ya wo ba akra na nante emfa car emfa moto emfa hye nante e walking distance obehu ano obe nante ano ba be pie health alert clinic e wo Pokwase branch me pa cho ubedru won so a health alert clinic be bo na de ehia no ya ye e de ama asimfo so police barrier ho ana ye butu asaman kaswa Wallantu junction me pa cho udru ho no MTN office in opposite ho na health alert clinic wo ana asaman so me pa cho udru eye ashasek ana so ko ashasek asaman secondary school mu ho no me pa cho kwano so ho na health alert clinic ye butu na won so no ode o haw e de aba na ya hwehwem ni ama abebedro me pacho enen susu no bra Kwame bleeding pulse eye koko nti me pacho me tika mu ba obedi ne station of sum sei na ko kwai ne minimum sa no mo otu amena wore minimum me selaw we na etwacha me si first no na wonim but say dey wo hunu e sane say health alert clinic ye den ya baba kwan mu enti me pacho se koko nti wo chabo nan na mo chabo konti mesrewo edru se wo tenase anase edru se wo te ho edru se wo sori a na akwakoye bibi e de amawo
wo tagia wo yawa
tese
wa bra wa tenase
bra ko me mesre
tagia wo to
nsi ene ma me mponko fa tese unu obi te honum sei no so wa sugar say ya be pa
enye star bia no yi enye gidu ara ikwedie bia we
tenase
ade bi shebe
ade ho me pa cho say you koko
o say those days gidu na ikọ kan news no I say enye star bia
proko Kwame, what's that first thing and 2 months here, but health alert clinic by and that's in your Mabiase. Sa Coco Nebu on my Sabio if you to now. What's not when ye? Yeah, and to turn why and what should go and start. Bet me pa cho yade wo hunti ana yaresa wo home ayaresa wo hunti ana abibidro wo ho abibidro wo hunti ana health alert clinic yenso se ye wo ho enti me pa cho otena se no wa chia wo say enye star otimu se bibi hye ho no a kokonti afifiriw ama sebe otena se enye yie kokonti otena se na o system two kokonti ama wo me mansem mpo abafom koko enti me pa cho asisi wanim say se wanim ketenketen tuntuntuntum a me pa cho fa beda health alert clinic na ebeji ayarehye die koko aye wo bia no me pa cho wo de ba health alert clinic my pa cho ya wo abibedra ye de bema wa se wonum wie na oba for review a obo say yes afed ye sa koko na etete wo no me pa cho bibia aye den akwakoda di koko nti obi ka ni minim sa na sebe ontin tasuo na moja wom bane sana edikuro eba wonum afein obekasa na enka ewo wonum unu obi kasa se no atweniti me pawo chow enye bibia na obetimi aka kyerɛw obi wa ha ofere ontumi emmo wabane ntimi srew uhuru bibi sana no tutum rika no aba health alert clinic ye examine ye hu se koko ana ye wa abibidro ewo honum na ye de account enu ntimi pawo chow eno so eho asem no wo hwɛ me utie me sexually transmitted infections mesrew gonorrhea syphilis chlamydia and the keka home mesrew ye bo health alert clinic abaso say ebano STIs sexually transmitted infections are ye number 1 ebano ulcer ye number 1 and yade keka ho and nei say me pacho okokowura ebombim okokowura baabi na sebi wakotete e de aye wo ho ama sebi o wo ho no ma na wayase ehyew ama sebi o tunso a sebi na obema na emu hyehyew o tunso a watunso bi na ensufita bi de akira mesrew tutumrika fabra health alert clinic is say one maboni amre na one ma amanya hwehwe omojama ma wadura didimu na obema na phone didimu na obema na me pacho ashrinke aye kete afredi uhunu oba me pacho na so uhunu hu kanimpo eda hono a ode ne nsaso mu na oyemo ahye wona so no ekwakofa rising of BP ede aba elite mesrew for bomode na fabra health alert clinic na yemma adro say a sexually transmitted infection uyo ba me pocho umamu no since one bi aba begugu honom uyo ba nka ye no da sabio nka wo se wote de ensasa wote yaw enti wotie me na unu hu kan kompam na wote se yaw ba me pocho yade tutumrika bra health alert clinic na yempew ayarehwe na bibia enkonko dade obema oyira ba okoko number 1 wa ba okoko number 2 ade ne enkoyi sabi ensuo na efiri ho ba no emra onu na sia na me pocho ensuo no mpo lighter than ensu ya nom koyeye mu ame pawo chow eba ne sa wontumi enwo ba tutumrika ne fa beda health alert clinic na yempew ayarehwe enye sa wonsia oba bia wo suro nyame a wo behunu no na wayi chop money e de ato ho no wako adwuma no ne anu aduane e de agu ye fene say bomu ne ye de nwura fita hata so ne ye de kwakoma bra bi na oti e kire ho no no enu ti bra Kwame eneyi adofo me pa chow yade etime bubo so enye no kwa yade bebre nti wo de wo fra de how no any enka na afi no yama ho akwantre number no is 0242 518865 0242 518865 and 0242 518893 0242 518893 health alert clinic de bia ye kono helba bra Kwame
nyana say so it's doc and afi so health alert clinic and nkomo pa mo dia bre eti na no nkomo no na ya ti hu bi e dia cho sabre braso o man na tenase ya no e braso se ye beba ni amasa namwale esquire we mbra nim ni aye kane mraso bedwani ma de se wo dade kotopon empeso aso na aye de court aye yi e de fa speaker na temu de ba aye a temu ni zuzu aso ne se dom kuma na no se wo mo na dom kese no ni zuzu aso de kire esa ede to ho ane ne wo se ye sere be ya ti se de Gabriel tre da ko kan no basa yo bia ma no eno ne enkomo a ye ne honorable ni amasa namwale lawyer ebabedi anope wo DwaboAse e wo power 97.9 kai se bo non kro pound sima aduonum enum a mema kwan mu bi bɛfrɛ na amatimi akyɛ mo adwen mo so nea mo fili sɛ sɛdeɛ nkɔmɔ no esi kɔ no na mo so mo de madwen kyɛ abɛta adwumadie no akyi anɔpɛ me kanfo Solak Natural Clinic ɛde ama wo kɔmɔ nkyɛn anɔpɛ yi kɔmɔ nkyɛn ne da yi sɛde bɛyɛ kidney yadeɛ yi liver ho nsɛnsɛm ɛba a wɔhwehwɛ no nsa ɛbɛka bi from 055 393 2631 Solak Natural Clinic ɔse quality first afei so health alert na yɛne ɔmo di nkɔmɔ no ɔmo namba no sɛ wopa ɛyɛ 0242 518865 ɛna 0242 518893 kɔ sɛde bɛyɛ kronkron hypertension stroke wɔn nan se ataata yɛ anaasɛ wɔn nan ayɛ titiriti duro na adwa wuntumi na saa tebea no nyinaa no yɛbɛyi ɛde afiri hɔ na wɔda wɔn ho ɔmo nkura bata na ebi wɔ Medina Kasoa DwaboAse Ashaman ɛna Takrade health alert daa ne da nyinaa yɛkɔ no heba honorable ni amasa namwale kane mrasabedwani ɛma adehye wɔ dade kotopɔn ɔno na yɛne no asia no pɛi honorable yɛma akye wakɔ aba lawyer nie yɛma otiri nkwa so ɛne yɛma wammo ɔyɛ adeɛ paa ɔko a wakoyi ɛne baabi a waduru nyame aboa wo ama aduru yi ghanafoɔ nyinaa ɛhwɛ hɔ titi wo ma ɔmo pɛ sɛ ɔmo nso esua mmeranimfoɔ adesua bi na ɔmo nso bɛyɛ mmeranimfoɔ yi menim sɛ wowɔ biribi ka fa ho.
Oh, may encourage you to say at least you should know something about the law. You should know something about the constitution. What kind of constitution? Yes, a constitution say Supreme Court pen a interpretation right, but when it is clear and unambiguous, how to be interpreted.
Yeah, remember the member
Obia become constitution. I say TSC no, fanasa that is it's clear and unambiguous.
Okay.
Say I say TSC no, say brofuna say TSC. Fanasa. I come time obi be challenge you say. Say na say can yes and it here.
Okay.
And say who say na obi say and I'm going to go to Supreme Court.
Yeah.
Wacheche.
Okay. And what over sense should you be? Because no need upon your marking the argument. And no need dom kes dom kumano omo argument MPP for argumenta omo meki say ya seni biano womo na se bia emrani mu nsem no baby amanfo adwen mu na womo na betimi ade nkyiremu ene atemu aba sa na si ya na.
Well, ni womu ni say o hwe a provision na parliament can was clear and unambiguous. Very clear and unambiguous. So Parliament is taking the decision.
Article 97 1 G and H.
Okay. Clear and unambiguous. Wow. Say, in the first place, maybe what Parliament, no, it be happy. Papa be an friend professor. Why you saying it? Now, you know your Parliament and son of Oba. But Oba, no, on the ticket of NDC, no. We say a party, no, yana you boobima and penyophobia.
That's right.
And because me and that is not about parliament, no, and I'm a catching for say, Minia, as not about parliament, irrespective of everything, or ye found that no tea NDC no neighbor.
Wow.
And don't feel safe, you know, Abba. One of general, a president Naba.
That's right.
No tea a party Naba. Neighbor Abba, but a proxy for the president. Is your ba? Now you look at Nima, who's a parliament hierarchical. What but it will be banned by training. Yet, I also only buy by tram many because he was a professor and now our MP could answer of camp. And now I was saying, so one kind constitutional say them into me. And maybe a call, yeah, caucus meeting. One ma, no we have your caucus become. One ma, Sena, Okuta letter, Okuta statement to Lukutukum.
Wow.
And now Oberidi statement say he's crossing carpet from NDC to MPP. From minority to majority. No, Okasi you see 1969 constitution, say 1960 constitution. Until you know across the carpet to the other side. Any majority leader, so can say Article 97 and man who
Sabre na majority leader why?
Majority
Sabre
no. Papa no majority Oh, Saba Power say.
Then yeah, Obama no.
Then that yeah, you are in minority.
Okay, minority leader.
And I mean, can no say Bambam say Kubo mean kind. My dream yamina.
Okay, very well.
But we were taken aback.
At JH Benson and majority leader.
There be now also BBB. A Japan.
Okay.
Something a Japan. A Japan. A Japan be na majority leader. Name say Badbin. Other Badbin or Dwaja mean kai. Wow. We were taken aback. Into a cross carpet no court transfer with more. And your majority leader sorry Kasa say it's against the constitution because you have to be thrown out of it. How speaker no Efre Masha. Then the man was thrown out of parliament.
So free Mracho be the
near the call by election or Tamale.
And I'm saying we're free a year party
minority party in the bar parliament.
Yeah.
You know, cross the carpet to MPP.
It's by virtue of that, no. Now, when you're not damn pine,
we didn't even debate it because the statement, Speaker can see that this statement is not debatable.
Wow.
Into a kind of cross the coin, all manner, Baby Reziana, Mashano, maybe you fee parliament.
Wow.
Wow. Happened that.
And I didn't see a free parliament
because Article 97,
I didn't tertiary.
Mammy Chow, Article 97 is clear and unambiguous. Or say, a member of parliament shall vacate his seat in parliament. Well, a strict liability, a different absolute liability, but I mean strict liability clause. Or see, a member of parliament shall vacate his seat in parliament. So we are simple English. G, if he leaves the party of which he was a member at the time of his election to parliament to join another party or cease to remain in parliament as an independent member, we are clear and unambiguous. Say we are member of parliament. You see, wa kunya be ja wa kunya no.
Yeah.
Say we could join another political party. And just say another parliament that is coming.
Okay.
See, it's not about another party that is coming, another election that is coming.
Yeah.
It's about at any time T. If you join.
Pasa sabre aye kase. Enkofo nai omo nkodom Sam Manyoko na say quantum chrono mo peso senya hono mo. Sabre omo ye
no, they have joined
MPP members of parliament.
We're joining another political party. And I say, HDC, if he was elected as a member of parliament as an independent candidate and joins a political party, the speaker, second deputy speaker, or by parliament as an independent candidate.
That's right.
Now he has joined another political party. He has joined a political party. How do you know he has joined a political party? You cannot stand on the ticket of a political party while joining that political party. We are clear.
It is able why campaign on the ticket.
Whether or your campaign or your campaign, we offer MPP card.
Okay.
I mean, from the pools, notice of pools now, electoral commission are publishing. Say, Papa will say, no, we're joining another political party. With this is a strict liability.
And no more independent.
Independent. See, if he leaves the party of which he was a member at the time of his election to parliament. Wow. Who by parliament no who the NDC and say MPP ne buy. Wow. And or see then who independent who see who now as independent now. Definitely you have left your political party.
Yeah.
So definitely you are out of parliament. We are straightforward. So if Babli has taken another parliament has taken the decision, now you have been thrown out because of notice of pool. Obidiaba I move motion on it. Now you are out of parliament. Say Ofu say this near parliament and correct. You go to court.
Okay. Me one me bo answer ne be court no. Bibia ni mrase bedwafie enhihye mu a emma ho kwan say won yakona ye na asem no obetime nya akonya abeka nanum asem na say obeyi ne one.
We a strict liability. This is a strict liability. Mami chewo. Yewo emrebi wono say so ono munsa na odi driver the mere fact one mun say di balloon abo one munsa no oni ka say ye do court now on kasa they just find you or do whatever in law you are different state liability. And no, you don't need to listen to any other person. Now we say no. Why you say the cross carpet? You be saying no man say.
There be.
The sema cross carpet to independent. You be saying no man say.
Yeah, Mister.
Street liability.
But it didn't say any ho.
O say.
So on no.
I didn't fan ho. No, I didn't fan ho.
Ane na mu pese mu betie no.
Tie. Say rumor say what join the MPP. What uni MPP. Who and this uni MPP no. Obi ehu hwe ye che so MPP no. Eno no obi di rumor ba say what join the MPP and say NDC. And I work independent. And the best so yes, ya ti say obi a publish
no be you one.
But here's the case, you have signed document to show say you are now with another political party.
Evidently clear,
say you are now with another political party. And you was sign say who was our political party no. And the assembly one what can say who MPP and now who standing with the MPP. You have signed it because who call sign we say who MPP symbol one call and I call independent.
That's right.
I call sign say we independent candidate. And that's how article 97 clear and unambiguous.
But a bassa no so almost will see o man name e wo mrase bege fear. Because soccer say by people soccer say by virtue of that no when you went here. What about the people who represent you? It doesn't mean say that need representation.
That is a loss to them. Even Santo Kofi Akpafo say no Jimensa ni han e di private microphone from parliament for 4 good years.
Why you hwe
han e di private people because look he was in a meeting with Imani Papa your friend saying
why Papa
Imani
oh, Franklin Kujo yeah
and say oh the people of shall vote and choose their DC in the meeting. Then the communication that came out, the people of Shah shall not vote. You cannot trust such a woman. Him onumpo this reasonable tempo or deprive him of 4 good years. And at 2, say obi ewu parliament bit my by election. Say ye by election immediately. The people are deprived of their MP till the burial and then an election within 3 months. So that 3 months, they said they are deprived of their representation. And when it is time for 3 months to elections, we don't do by election. Any member of parliament will be the people will be deprived of their representation.
Ooh. So in this case, where you declare says Wabra you declare say seat near vacant you by election.
No, I can't 3 months.
I can't bosom me and say
any MPP will say yeah by election. We are going for main election. Wow. And as MP who early time and immediately you vote after 3 months in your election.
Yeah.
So the same 3 months you so for the say we MP 3 months be election near your main election. So it's the same thing.
I feel you court the court ye name them so our year na de atemu ibai any so ye tie say emma the speaker no I mean in fact set aside speaker na temu no
they cannot set aside. You see Supreme Court power pa na the power no say parliament emre bia etia constitution no Kwame Minkah hormoncho article 2
and also a constitution
Aye. Article 2 of the constitution say a person who alleges that an enactment or anything contained in or done under the authority of that or any other enactment just emra any act or omission of any person is inconsistent with or is in contravention of a provision of this constitution may bring an action in the Supreme Court for a declaration to that effect. It's a parliament yemra I'm a part of my direction be it's against the constitution. Supreme Court one what there obetaka say mra we say aye no
etia ye mamra no
and I feel so you mra bi so say executive ya Supreme Court ain't me can hwe any different political question.
Okay.
Say executive say me say me Russia ekotasi edidi boom.
Yeah.
No matter how
Wabra ye non aligned.
we are. It's not about non-alignment.
Now you see any Russia.
You said Russia, and I said, "Person could join BRICS."
Okay.
Supreme Court no power, so I can just say, Ghana, the executive cannot let us join BRICS. No matter how Ghana for say, you better be join BRICS. The Supreme Court cannot stop the executive say, "On join BRICS." Brazil, Russia, India,
South Africa.
Yeah. Syria, China.
Yeah, China.
South Africa.
Yeah.
Say side group, we can say a political question. Supreme Court cannot tell say me and yet. Well, and Supreme Court what part there, but there are certain things there. Supreme Court nanunka. So Parliament Emra. So first Emrano does not go against the Constitution anywhere in the Constitution. But here's the case. Article 106 now. How laws are made. It's clear and unambiguous. And once you see, Parliament here or me yes, we say wrong. Because Parliament can't take 106 now. Clear and unambiguous. So they follow it. Bill no kwa, they follow it and then they come out with an enactment. Sembrano ba na mrana abano. It's human rights. And I say it's constitutional. And as people make pronouncement on it.
Mrankwa bet me and make a pronouncement and I say decision of Parliament.
Whatever that happened, okay, you're happy with Parliament. Let's go to Article 112.
Okay. Ebusiana the achieve Power 979 offensive TVXY said in fact yani honorable Amasa Namwale NAD komo wojina ye mamra no so am yenyanti ase woni akoso e wo ye mra so bedwafie ye be showdown na amanfo hwe animu se ebesi echina but say court no na temu no e ho komo ne yedie no honorable
okay but mami kan 122 an act or omission which obstruct or impedes Parliament in the performance of its function, or which obstruct or impedes a member or officer of Parliament in the discharge of his duties, or affront the dignity of Parliament, or which tend either directly or indirectly to produce that result, is contempt of Parliament.
Wow.
Now, whatever that happens, back when I'm pressing me 115. I say there shall be freedom of speech, debate, and proceedings in Parliament. Freedom of speech, debate, and proceedings in Parliament.
Okay.
And that freedom shall not be impeached or questioned in any court, or placed out of Parliament.
but the course on Nanway, ain't for now the best. What the best say? Freedom of speech. What the best say? Debate. What the best say? The course on Nanway speaker.
Article 115 of the 1992 Constitution.
Okay.
There shall be freedom of speech.
Okay.
Debate.
Yes.
And proceedings.
It is the course for the proceedings.
And proceedings. Because almost standing orders. One I'm saying no. And I'm use Constitution. No. They interpret a bit clear on ambiguity. One and I haven't seen a day. Yet we say be interpretation by Parliament. Member of Parliament actually said this interpretation is wrong. So let's go to the Supreme Court for interpretation. It can be done. Say yeah, because I want to say we see Supreme Court. But in this case, that's what African Markets did. That is what he did. So if you are going for interpretation, you don't stop Parliament because your separation of powers. Wow, sociology new, constitutional law, government. A-level government, your separation of powers.
That's right.
Executive, legislature, and the judiciary. So this is contempt of Parliament, because this is a proceedings of Parliament.
And contempt of Parliament, serious. Meaning, sir, yeah,
they can subpoena the
Chief Justice.
Yeah.
So
of course.
Because
the Chief Justice is trying to contempt them. Whatever that has come out of Parliament. What I'm saying, it's a proceedings of Parliament. There shall be freedom of speech, debate, and proceedings in Parliament, and that freedom shall not be impeached, questioned in any court or placed out of Parliament.
Wow.
Maybe UK constitutional law. Maybe I let the UK there. Now, Parliament, whatever they do that brings the law no cannot be questioned. Whether they obey Article 106 or do not obey Article 106, the only thing is that is it from the role of Parliament? Say, Emra ni aye. Once yaye Emra, so far as Emra no enkuntia constitution no, and that's human right, that one no, it is a law.
It is the court cano and the speaker.
No,
and
the Tuesday, you see what happened. Because omo standing orders, and omo rules of Parliament, and omo Masha. The Masha controls the security in the chamber and in the Parliament House.
Wow.
The police in the Parliament House is under the Masha. Wow. The police in Parliament is under the Masha. So whatever the Masha will tell them is what they will do. And yet, the IGP will catch on.
But then the Masha some them.
Say Masha no obey enforce so. Speaker Kasi. Why say no? It is the Masha that pull him out of Parliament.
Okay.
About be now say Madam pray.
So in this case, say MPP for your margin say omukwa kwatena minority fan wana. Speaker Masha.
The Masha will tell them not to go there.
Wow.
And the Masha have to control them. And Matisse say MPP, the executive want to take the military to Parliament. Somebody called is an attempted coup.
Hey,
of course, yes.
Attempted coup on who?
It's treasonable. The military has
coup on who?
In an arm of government.
Wow.
And if you attack an arm of government, it's treasonable. So they shouldn't make that attempt. Whoever is trying to make that attempt, chief of staff, chief of defense staff, whoever is trying to make that attempt, where the order will come from, that person is risking a future trial for treason. Already, okay, 7th January, the course of Parliament.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Parliament.
Who says you have for Parliament?
No, correct.
At the whole trial. Because that was an attempt to overthrow an arm of government.
Wow.
Okay, say call no. Emma and this for to revo.
That's right.
But they couldn't touch them. But it's an attempt. So it's an inchoate offense. Who attempted? It's just like you have committed it. Attempted to steal and stealing is chargeable. It may appear on the charge sheet. So me the make a soldier for no. Obia Emma sa order no. So share Act 29 more. You see, who is soldier ni? And our police and I say any security officer and you obey unlawful order no. You are personally liable. You are personally liable. And remember politicians and yet never be one. Unse na metie US politics here. Hey, the Israel politics here.
That's right.
You see then Netanyahu is trying to take the national security powers, and the national security for no air resist someone playing because the course the executive should not interfere with the national security. So the national security no more nyep about yourself for and then it's a chow Netanyahu. Oh, but they are resisting it and they have resisted him.
But I don't think I had here. So long as Obi appointed no.
Yeah, our democracy.
As a democracy. In this case, the court.
Your democracy no a grow. Your democracy no a grow. Into a security operative, your allegiance is to the state, not to a government. Your allegiance is to the state, not to a government. So if you do anything against the state, you'll be punished. Don't kid yourself. Don't kid yourself, because the state has more powers than the government.
But then they Oshabambo Biase.
And I make sure say the state has more powers than the government.
But when I say when I make us say Enei Oshabambo Biase.
So that's why you don't. That's why you don't have to obey an unlawful order. Say yeba Supreme Court for na semna. Say Supreme Court for no. No mo ka nyina no. Oko Article 133 they can change their mind.
Ometima asesa.
Miria. Nia oma rule am for condemn na dey. Once it is able to, they are able to achieve their aim. Not table no dane. Yeah, the same thing kokota under Article 133 no. They can change their mind.
Honorable DwaboAse, aim ni hede. Aim o person mo achieve ni hede.
Oh, some aim person mo achieve ni say they injunct. And you see, the court cannot injunct parliament. You cannot injunct where if I injunct parliament. You can't injunct parliament.
So Mahama Yariga was right when he said, woni mmra o mu gina so
and I'm just saying you cannot injunct parliament when you look at the separation of powers now. You cannot injunct parliament. Say no, you can't. You don't have that right. Oh, and he said they are attempted injunction. Let's take it that it has worked. Opama the same thing now. The next another uncle for the one more. Article 133 said the Supreme Court may review any decision made or given by its own on such ground and subject to such conditions as may be prescribed by rules of court. And I for the rules of court and Supreme Court for the
Supreme Court.
On the rules of court.
That you will bet masano.
That is where make like I say flaws kakra.
So not the way
so
to achieve.
Say almost say after 10 days, and the next 15 days, Parliament Parliament. So they will achieve this. MPP 4 were in majority before they left Parliament because they are in Guase Kesi my MPP.
Wow.
What am I saying? Normally, me, I don't like speaking against the court, but I can speak on their ruling. And I'm just saying, there's nowhere, anywhere in the world, that there's court, the Supreme Court, can injunct Parliament. You can't. And maybe I say with my injunct Parliament. The Supreme Court has the power to injunct any person on human rights and natural justice. But we say there is nothing like natural justice because the people themselves committed a state liability offense against the constitution. It's a state liability offense. And when we don't even need a debate to call him. Your law school, your chair, they say, you can say natural justice now. Say the other side might be heard. Say, do you ready? Maybe I say, be ready. You throw a letter say, give a response to this. That's it. My response, but then we say, you have been given a hearing. You have been given a hearing. Yes, I can give you a hearing. Yeah, probably just say, Nana, I didn't buy, and then okay, say you are no. You have to withdraw letter. Now, my response now, you have been given a hearing. Now, also when they give you the chance to come to Parliament, because minority forces say no, they had a chance to be in Parliament to debate, and they walk out. They were given the chance to be heard. Wow. They refused not to be heard. They refused not people to hear them. They decide not to talk.
Oman make you a case.
Oman can say omun ye. Now that's when Parliament one Europa law no. And this was in council and but they passed the Europa law.
Yeah.
But they are not able to implement the Europa because they knew say boycott papa because you never be cannot omun Europa is in existence but we are not able to implement it. So Tuesday the NDC will be in majority and the first thing they have to do is to scrap the e-levy. No more scrap betting tax. No. Oh, say I'm running under the certificate of agency. Okay. They can do it under the certificate of agency. They should do it.
But you must say majority without a year or more.
Oh, they'll move a motion and somebody will look. Them move a motion. Now the other side a second year. And just say I am now a president big and I say respect big myself like Parliament we are all one. So I can move a motion from the majority and then the majority will second somebody from the majority will second the motion and Parliament will move forward.
But Gabriel Trader can predict baby. Or say Mumian Shay na Yama Basa you'll be undying wedding. I mean a foot to them and say but within this period no Parliament in Pennyphone funny me and Pennyphone in Antanase no more to agree no more go bankroom. Saturday you bet me
so I'm as minority. The first day of Parliament, no, and this is a contra majority. And on better minority. You transit down Krome Kasa, no. Then here in this year called minority because same man say or no or the MP before the Belgium and on bear majority by one vote. And I'm a okay. Now I got the all Kasa said the entrance that Dabeno who said as a transit you call down Krome. Oh no, I'm from the Privy Parliament. And this is for the they are the majority now. You understand?
Yes.
So once they are majority, let's move forward. Muba as a majority. The first time you came to Parliament, we have over 160 seats. And then we are saying we lose seats now up to 137. And I say no, answer be Parliament no. Now Mufia Bemono. Now you are in the minority. History is being made in Ghana. What I'm saying no. Ye who say send it for our majority. Na mo Bemo. How will it go? Is it good for Ghana? Yes, I would say it is good for Ghana. Because we have to remove the betting tax. Nyama bi bri hono. Sa Japan nyama ni bi na wo no omo leki a onyankopon boa e ma yakoto abama gbadun wi a omo tuma fa sa implementation of a Japan document no.
Yeah. What about Abina Kasani Numa? Any Shrama for say, oh, you see, with the way our parliament ACA a bit more affected on.
Let me tell you about NDC. Let me make a clamation on NDC. No, we are not vindictive. Niabema Ghana be calling him. Oh, we will pass it. As if I'm a member of parliament, they will pass it. The NDC in parliament will pass it. So far as the thing is going to help Ghana, appropriation that they will pass it. And yeah, they be
so long as everyone Ghana.
That is the NDC for you. Look, we were in parliament.
Yeah.
Now, third parliament, we have is it fourth parliament? Kenjirasa, okay. Second deputy speaker.
Yeah.
Near the MP for finding into above fifth parliament. Now, see, and this for a CM. Yes, you farmer will take all the speakership. Ya committee decide you. Your own man, a general mosquito, but not a general secretary. No, but for emergency meeting. And he explained to us, we shouldn't pay them back. But we should let Ghana democracy move forward. For the sake of Ghana and the international community. You say Ghana democracy is thriving.
But at this time, pressure down also. From one Gasamochi Tafo. Any Ghana for Bimpa, woman ya NDC for name. Omanya mo ho do mo so mbeto amamo omo kasa sa father for one fanche no
nana this is not about father for all. This is not about father for all. Yeah, be unum say appropriation be budget for the next 3 months of government.
Yeah,
we are in majority.
Yeah,
and before some man and say me we should when we do that say this about power, where will you get money to pay workers?
But yes, yeah.
As a child workers car, as a hospital function, as a police force function. Who say immediately after election, you're not comfortable to be sorry pa. So now no, who say Ghana, you so alert say we have to give the police money and make sure say they want to suppress this armed robbery because that transition you're not comfortable your mujim. So we have to give police money to suppress all those things. And the say John Dramani Mama Abedi president now and it's about Bemono. We should have the money to let the government function. So that appropriation, I see a pass. It's not about father for all. But say obi on man, I say, you share near no jumana omo blocker. This is the time I be yin bakono ama na parliament did action of abos.
But a normal bain a mom pedestrian man and console. A normal bain a behagana obe two for say ma dom kasi and empty.
Oh, so my list, I can pick some of them.
For instance, tax waiver.
Yeah, tax waiver no depends on what the government is going to use it for. Now, I started the state of Ghana. The state of Ghana has started resisting tax waivers. We say you might be able Ghana. They want tax waiving. But the people of Ghana are started resisting tax waiving. So that means sovereignty belongs to the people.
That's
so
right.
Amount of person we have to weigh the two. Say okay, now we have to hold on when you pay tax. And if you see your taxes be bree, put on my Ghana for
pa.
So we can scrap all those taxes within the shortest possible time before election. We can scrap some of the taxes. So COVID tax, it me if you immediately.
Right. And no process being out of them.
I don't know. Who say in case executive did bill back for scrapping of that tax. Now private members bill between I said
private members bill near the other.
Okay, private members is against. It's not. It doesn't allow something on financial. We see.
No, me person with him.
I don't know. Ankranko. Nadrio was say. Or say. Yemra.
It is sound Ankranko. I wasn't necessarily. Yemra should be Ghanaian.
Yeah, it's Yemra should be Ghanaian. But so who be with me. I'm on the technical backstopping. With Mama UMP technical backstopping say these are the things that I want to do. These are the things that I want you to do. Into not the amount. Now it's working Kemo. Then you consult and then lay it in parliament. Then go to the committee, certificate of agency. Then you deal with it. But private members bill, no, I don't think it allow financial matters. private members bill, it beat my imagination.
So no me fa
sikasemo it will cost the state,
It means even private members.
Well, it's debatable.
On a limitation.
It's debatable. In fact, I haven't consulted. I did not avail my from Adrian to so.
Okay.
Can I to so answer me bank? Can I share? Consult to 1 or 2 MPs be. Chuchu draw financial matters.
That's right.
Because the honorable Avegisi move friend obit ma catch them. Whether private members we can scrap COVID. No, COVID level obit ma scrap, but say private members be obit ma kasi. Young cancel, young first can be man saying for we see bimba.
Okay, maybe a phone line. Remember, a tier phone be about no more questions. And no more motion. We say basic channel. And also wait. For instance, young members of public, your person, your right, your basic one must be you know. You bet me about the schedule media beach now without say obibesi a quine. Oh, you bet me about dumping.
You said don't pay more parliament president of parliament no no machine be man can say brand say obet make so ma but your public gallery obe so obe town ma and obet make machine parliament member kwa ma akọ me say no I wish I will have time make gallery on ma akọ I go share be so ewo parliament but me
boa ben na be boa niam for expectancy.
Oh, what will happen in parliament? What will happen in parliament will happen in parliament.
Involvement of the public.
And then we call Muna a bed system beyond the sense of
Do you know why I'm saying this? And Agboja governments any year Kasa no ka say asrafo no Boma bano omunyai ni omoye no. And no ka say 2 minutes yen Ghana for nsa. Na yen Ghana for no betima sorry.
Well,
reconcile mami.
No, me no normally. Some military is coming to the parliament now. I think the marshal should stop them. Because to me, it's an attempt to overthrow an arm of government. Because if the NDC has become the majority and then you want to come and disrupt things over there, you are trying to throw the legislative powers of parliament. It's a serious offense. It's treasonable. So whoever is giving that order should know. Ma executive will show kutumpo. Because at the whole channel, the one who gave the order at the whole channel. Now me kasi say na do kan ma order na eta will come, he will not be the commander in chief. So if the commander in chief gave an unlawful order, that commander in chief will be prosecuted.
How concerned are you about Gabi concern say you 2 months I to aba it NCC same way.
Oh, me also I threw it out. That I don't want to comment on.
But then someone can one SCA.
And I'm just say, oh no, I don't want to comment about it. I don't want to dignify because he doesn't respect Ghanaians. Intiana obi omu Ghana for me, so I don't listen to that person. Into
but then someone can one SCA.
Well, Minkah say Article 130 subject to the jurisdiction of the High Court in the enforcement of the fundamental human rights and freedoms as provided in Article 33 of this Constitution, the Supreme Court shall have exclusive or original jurisdiction in all matters relating to the enforcement or interpretation of the Constitution. Interpretation of the Constitution. B. All matters arising as to whether an enactment was made in excess of the powers conferred on Parliament. In a Parliament here, where is the excess? Supreme Court, there's no excess. Oh, and there is another thing. Say Supreme Court, say Parliament,
yeah.
Now, man, pray. That's a man equity constitution. Supreme Court won't quite say. Because Sam my boy. Wow. But here's the case: Emrano, a bill, and yeah, act. How can the Supreme Court stop it? And this current Supreme Court has stopped one. Near another, a gay
anti-gay bill,
anti-gay, family values bill.
Yeah.
Then friend anti-gay, a family values bill.
Okay.
It's not an anti-gay,
but in concept,
family. The Western world
conceptualizing as
some percent. The Western world, America 4% who say, for.
But why can't we call it that?
Yeah, it's family values bill.
What's the difference?
That bill has not become an act yet. Why should the Supreme Court? It's not an enactment yet. So why should the Supreme Court halt it? And now, I'm person become asem. I'm trying as a domuluvu diano. I'm trying to near when it matters most now. If then they came out and gave ruling in favor of domuluvu. The same thing. They are waiting for the Nadu to be out of power, and then they come out and give a ruling. Say, oh, Parliament can go ahead because the thing is not an act yet. It's not an act. So why do you interfere? It is not an act. So why do you interfere? He is not interfering. Say, president should not sign. Presidency at the end of court. So what is wasting? What is stopping the Supreme Court from making a pronouncement on that act? Which is kind of coil. What is stopping them?
So where do we be an interim?
Well, in time they would me. I'm the bill.
But between and no, any the okay. The end was a
first from margin. Supreme Court first from margin.
It's the agreement.
You bet show no money. The same thing you bet Parliament no money. Say Parliament ye be na so say. Nya waye na emra na waye no. Nya Parliament ye nya enactment to. So ye ni mra di ba na say wo hwe say mra no enye papa o twem. Ba nye nya all ye wo ho mo. So say ye be du koko. Ye be tu koko, ye be tu nyuma na ye aye bill na emra na.
Yeah.
That is none of your concern. So back some on be Catholic tone. Let us price and make laws. Let's make laws to stop the wasem. Whether obudi nyum to na ye mrano and the only thing I say mrano fi parliament aba.
Okay. But say me awokan ebra asebi ba ya na omudi hu komo e o mrase be fi asana speaker esre for 2 days our did the ruling by no. Honorable attaching dan sem ye di na ne wodi enkwa agina one wonya adwen. I mean in principle. Ye tie said ye was here an argument no.
Thing you did here. You read the order properly. 93:6, where a member makes a statement. The speaker, considering the comments on the statement, including we informing him that there's an injunction before the Supreme Court. We have told him, may direct. He may. The speaker is not a conveyor belt for you. He may not. Direct a committee to investigate the matter and inquire into the matter when necessary. So, Mr. Speaker, this is a particular time that you shouldn't not even look at it. That I respect the trinity of governance. The trinity of governance is that we have the executive, we have the legislature, and we have the judiciary. We don't need a collusion cause. For Mr. Speaker to say, there's a plaint at the instance of majority leader, and there's an interlocutory injunction to boot. Nevertheless, I will rubbish another arm of government for the sake of the pleasure of somebody who is running away from the polls and believes that this is the forum for him to become majority. So, Mr. Speaker, that's why I quoted the scripture that they want to lead you to temptation. Resist this temptation. I have combed the entire scheme, which is the Quran of parliamentary practice in the Commonwealth. I have never found a statement in Eskime which will make a speaker an extension of the Supreme Court. This is what we are attempting to do. You see, what you want the speaker to do is to interpret the Constitution. That is not his remit at all. And I've heard very jejune arguments that the errors of yesterday, if somebody made a mistake as a speaker, this honorable speaker should repeat it. You understand? The speaker is not a rubber stamp to come and repeat matters of yesterday, and he can't do his own thinking and distinguish the circumstances, the difference between the situations. This is what we're attempting to do. You quoted the president. Today, have you seen the members of MPP crossing carpet? Have you seen it? Who has crossed carpet? And Mr. Speaker, what is a pain for me? That today they want you to determine what these members of parliament want to do in the future. That is pathetic. Do you know?
So, all MPP for argument, you know. One, Speaker Nia Kwenya say, Obe interpreti emrano. And we court na adwuma ɛna afei so no original so apprehensive say one hwe betimi di oye na basa ye beba collision course bi beba eti speaker and resist sa temptation no ɛna ye duru ho
menua Article 97 is clear and unambiguous. Or see, a member of parliament shall vacate his seat in parliament.
Power defense.
Strict liability. If he leaves the party of which he was a member at the time of his election to parliament to join another party. Esiama, who call parliament as independent? Say, who are MPP member? Who are MPP card?
That's right.
What say we are MPP ni? A letter commission for paper omodimawa or sign.
That's right.
Say we are MPP ni. Because you cannot stand for MPP only MPP
Power
card.
defense.
So now that what can't change the whole world say who are you MPP no? This is a street liability we say. We don't need anybody to come and tell you say you have to leave parliament. So they brought the proof. Say this is the notice of pool that shows say Odu Wakodom MPP. And I also we are MPP ni. And I also would call independent. Actually, say and what sign say only MPP biom. Now say we are independent. Yankasi for an election. We shall 97 1GH no. Yankasi for an election. Or see if he was elected a member of parliament as an independent candidate and joins a political party.
That's right.
Joins a political party and can join a political for another election. Straight. Joins a political party. So the moment we join a political party na who say you can't see but the political party no emergia and you count.
Yeah. But contention here the speaker ne ye no. Now watch them nim and answer no the man.
No, he's enforcing the law. He is enforcing what is there. What is there? And then also somebody brought the notice of poo. Edimano. Where Mami Kai we say with them say 122. 122. An act or omission which obstruct or impedes parliament in the performance of its function. If you couple near
court
look up family value we see na court or by his omission is impeding parliament from enacting that law. Look is content of parliament.
Parliament bit my friend.
Yes, of
which
obstruct or impedes a member of or officer of parliament in the discharge of his duties or affront the dignity of parliament or which tend either directly or indirectly to produce the results is contempt of parliament. Meaning, say a column or parliament article 106 they use so. Yeah, they come out Supreme Court interpret that 106 and say they don't give it to them. They go ahead and do it because it is clear and unambiguous.
Yeah.
And Article 97 is clear and unambiguous. It doesn't say you have intention of crossing carpet or you have intention of joining MPP. You have joined MPP. You have left MPP. You have joined NDC. You have left MPP. And Article 197 1G and H say the moment you join a political party and a political party, automatically you are out of parliament. And when you have commerce formers and as someone political science for A level and then A level is SSS. Government.
Senior high.
Government and then some
government.
Government.
Yeah.
You have come on cast with the can I do we see you find two exams you find say you find take them on cast someone kind of oh
it is simple.
It's simple.
It hadn't did I on sir.
Because some person MP1% a young right. MP no and a person we no right. Because sometimes you know almost full say said I don't go kind no almost kind of cool school. You don't track class no. You answer questions no on the paper now you pass here no. Or no answer no. Let's know or marking the paper no. And marking the paper ni if you can look up on your 50 now on 70.
Yeah.
Or no marking no the golden pen and back here into no rim chain.
Yeah.
That is the MPP for you. They think they know everything.
Okay.
But the thing is that until the press met Baumia, I never knew Baumia is so hollow. Until Napo was let loose, no mean say wabong.
Power defense.
Yes. Analyze Baumia's press statement, meet the press no. Now analyze it Napo the statement on political platform. The two of them are just say no mean someone bonsa. I'm telling you. Meaning so they are so hollow. Oh, and sometimes you know, we can say silence is golden. Where you did boom come for respect to.
Yeah.
See now back kasa no I supposed to say unim de.
Very well. Mami share me for 3 calls and 4 big crowd. Yeah, na you need adwuma we 020-898-4166 and 050-000-0257. DwaboAse or Power 97.9. Ochina showdown or say na be say esiko. Said ye dom kese no e dia beto abonten no. Say wo mo no mahwe the speaker kana na wo betie the speaker ka so be ye da na wo be ye no. And one abahwe say wo hwe adi mu say be ye adwuma na anasa bibi ensesa. Yani honorable Namwale wa say wodo won na anu di se betwa to beba asana yade dwumade no abana wiye 0208984166 050-000-0257 yente unka wabra yade nkomo no eba na wiye wadwenche ene ususu ye wabra yedi enkomo anope wo DwaboAse wo Power 97.9 meba Facebook Daniel T say lawyer congrats. Daniel T also say lawyer H Nyansa anopay Samson Teresa akote say lawyer ache nsebnimu pa Theophilus card there was the concert in Kwana MPP for a year Lydia Cam say all of us must do well to be in parliament tomorrow so that we can support what is right for this country. And I think so said Segbefia will say he has knowledge in constitutional law. Simply put, no year group, no certificate, acted as a court clerk, filing summons at court registry. He must publish his CV. I think he's referring to maybe Nanadu or something. Mami ko Ahumano so. Hello, morning. Hello, morning. Hello. I don't know. You have far corner, but you intending can walk. 020-898-4166 050-000-0257. You can see who expectations ahead of tomorrow. Wabra Mrasebe Jafono Eba Tinasiemu and then I'll share any say ABC. Hello, morning. Hello. Emisa Ahumano ADA yen stop war. The way Ahumano AC Kono minim dia air coso amanfo fra omo dem all right but yento omonka honorable Namwale the other chat ahead of China e dey na Ghana for nyina expecting
one men ehame the attempt to bring the military to the parliament. And the military high command, if you are listening to me,
Power FM.
I'm reading Article 3. Article 3:3. Also, any person who, by himself or in concert with others, by any violent or other unlawful means, suspend or overthrows or abrogate this constitution or any part of it, or attempt to do any such act, commits the offense of high treason and shall, upon conviction, be sentenced to suffer death.
Wow.
The parliament. Yes. The parliament is an arm of government. And if you do that, you go to parliament trying to change things that are there violently, or if you attempt that you do it,
but there are others who also argue say Supreme Court no and I say CJ no and also what ahodi bi won mamre ni ma obetumi dey two speaker na dey so
only ahodi bi do two speaker say speaker any on ma CJ say president your vice president your speaker na be president say speaker ni one na CJ bit my president na omo nyina separation of powers at the same time you do obia the obuo man nyonko and they act in concert to make sure say governance is achieved. Good governance is achieved. Enti mi na me can say mo aye bobo mano a ye de mo call parliament to go and overthrow an arm of government, you know, or attempt to overthrow an arm of government. Already the BSc December 7th, which made them in those who went to parliament
January 7.
Yeah. 2021.
Yeah,
yes.
Parliament we are.
They attempted to overthrow the arm of government. I mean, I haven't forgiven them. I'll raise it.
Yeah.
When NDC come to power. So don't go and add to it because the punishment is death. Where a constitution account. The punishment is death. So any unlawful order, what does the military want in parliament? So that for more of parliament. Yani Ebre or Ghana, and they say, so that for Muntramu barracks. Man, come and come, fellow Ghanaians, on behalf of Ghana and forces have taken over this country. No. We still want our constitutional rule. Yet the constitution. So let us battle with the constitution and do things with the constitution. Don't bring military men or two on the other day for parliament. And is an attempt to overthrow the arms of government.
Very well. Madam, as a lawyer, and Obre, Wadaje, we need the idea better Jumedia Chi and pay. We grab us, you definitely. I was your idea, the Mubesi. Yeah. Happy birthday, Cassia Pam. Come out. David Mawusi, son of former director of operations, CID headquarters. Superintendent retired Felix Koku Mawusi. Eddie David Mawusi, happy birthday, Cassia Pam. Come out. And then day, Koswana pursue with dreams. What die swinging Ambramo away yesterday. Kasame, I was your honey at the Bezi power 97.9 at TV XYZ. Ever said Shebio.